What's up, people? How you guys doing today? Once again, it's the Black Cobra with the Wheel Life Show. We are today going to talk to an amazing person, none other than Dawn Champion. We're going to talk about her ordeal, what she's been through, what she's going through now, and her road to recovery. But we're also going to highlight some of the great things that Dawn has done for our community. And we're going to talk to her and bring her in right about now. What's up, Dawn?
Hi, everyone. Sorry about my hair. That's the best I can do right now. So live with it.
Oh, so Don, I think you want to move the camera up just a little bit, so we
uh,
yeah, the top of your head is a little cut off. There you
oh,
go.
whoa. How's that?
A little bit better. Now we can
Wait,
just barely see the top of your head. There you go.
there.
There,
Is
that's
that
it.
better?
That's
Okay.
better. There we go. Now we can fully see you.
Yay.
Yes, it's Don Champion.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Thank you for all of your support and all your help.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to talk about that a lot today, Don, because the community really has rallied behind you, and I really appreciate how they have, and I know you appreciate it too. You have been giving us updates and showing your appreciation, and I like that a lot because it means a whole lot. The whole community. I actually talked to somebody. I'm gonna go over it later, but I talked to someone who didn't know you and was asking me, excuse me, asking me questions about the whole ordeal. So I thought it kind of very apropos that we were going to do this show around this time because I'm like, well, he was just asking me about it. Now we're going to talk about the whole thing.
Huh.
But yeah, but before we get too deep, I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. What's up? What's up? Uh,
Hi, everybody.
yeah. Oh, so yeah. Stu, is it Stu Steve? He said he doesn't deserve a crown. Guys, I'm not sure what the crown is in the chat. I don't know. It was saying 1 and 2 and giving different numbers and crowns to people. I'm gonna have to look into that afterwards. I've never really paid attention to that. Um,
Oh,
but
you
shout
give the crown.
I don't. I didn't give any crowns. I like
Okay.
when I popped in the chat, they were already in there, and Roger was
Oh,
asking. And
okay.
shouts out to Roger, Roger EUC. What's up, Roger? And Roger was asking about it, and so was Wheelie Brady. Shouts out to Wheelie Brady. Happy
Wheelie
birthday, Wheelie
Brady.
Brady.
Wheelie Brady's one of my favoriteest writers.
Yes, isn't he like the best?
Yeah, he's so nice.
He's such a great guy. Shouts out to you, man. Another year, another rotation around this great big blue world of ours. Happy birthday again, and that's shouts out to you, man. Spartacus, he's in the house. What's up, Spartacus? He's always in
Hey.
the house. Shouts out to Spartacus. Appreciate you, brother. He's always in here. Supporter, a great guy. Area 51 Enduro Tony. Okay, I'm not sure if I've seen you in here before, but welcome, welcome if I haven't. Shouts out to you too. We got Mary Rapp. Mary Rapp is in the house. What's up, Mary? Do you know her, Don? I'm not sure if she's
I don't
somebody that you
know,
you know.
but I have a brain injury, so
You might know her.
okay, I might know her. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm sorry. So
understood.
the things that happened when I woke up from my brain injury and stuff, until now, I remember pretty good. But the old stuff before my crash, I don't
Yeah.
remember, and I don't remember that day either.
Wow. Wow. And I would see that's the stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indiana EUC, what's up? What's up? Adventures in Gold, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. Of course, Roger EUC, as I said. Um, have known yeah. Roger said it's surprising that somebody might have known you, might not have known you, but you know what's
Oh,
funny, that
what?
person is a one wheel rider, so they
Oh,
don't do EUCs. And
but I actually have a following of not one wheel riders, but like the e skate guys.
yeah, yeah, no, I
So
know a
I
lot
know
of
some
people know
e skate
you.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
But one
Um,
wheel,
yeah,
I shouldn't be like that. But even now, as broken as I am, like trying to ride wheels and everything, I still wouldn't ride a one wheel. I don't know. The sideways stance is too hard on people's collarbones. They always break their
yeah.
collarbones.
Everybody I know that that's been riding one wheels for a long time, they
Yeah.
all pull their shirt to the side and show me that
Yeah.
every one of them. They're like, oh yeah, I got that
Oh.
too. I'm like, wow. So I mean, hey, but with my horrible shoulder injury, I can't. I'm like, I just tell them, I'm like, yeah, I got injured too. Not even on a one wheel.
Yeah.
So yeah, the when the Monster Pro cut out on me and it shredded my shoulder,
Oh.
I can't lift my arm higher than that, and I won't
Yeah.
ever be able to.
Oh.
So
Okay. Let's compare.
I
I can
know
lift this arm up. Yeah, up to there. That's
I
about it.
I got you beat a little bit, but you haven't had your surgery
Yeah.
yet,
No, I haven't had my surgery.
right?
So my arm, my humerus arm, it's broken right here,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
see it.
broken. So it's broken at the neck. Yeah.
I can see the break, and when you try to lift it, I can see where
Yeah.
it's out. So I once
Yeah.
they repair yours though, you'll be able to lift yours more than mine. Mine they put a
Yeah.
metal plate and 8 screws, and if I show you the X-ray, I look like Frankenstein,
So they
because
tried to repair yours.
they had to. It shredded and they put it back together. Pieces they took pieces and molded it back together, but it does so now it doesn't move. Yeah, I have limited
Oh.
mobility. I have good
Okay.
strength. That's why they did it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. So Chow Lee, what's up, Chow Lee? He's in the chat also. What's up to him? And I think I got wait, Crazy IPEV. What up? What up? Um, she was with me last year at Wheel Life Rally. Wait, who was with you last year?
I
Uh,
don't remember Real Life Rally.
no, you weren't. It wasn't. He didn't mean you. That's why
Oh, okay.
I'm like who? Because it wasn't her. Uh, and the
I'm like,
pugs.
was I there? I don't know.
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah. Stussy says I don't know Don yet, and but he also
Okay.
said I'm glad you both were wearing the proper gear. Yeah, we always wear our gear, always.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Lewis. What's up, Lewis? How you doing, man? Oh, Mary was with you last time. Okay, got it. That's what he was talking about. I knew it was. He wasn't talking about you. So we
Oh,
must have missed something in the chat. He was. Oh,
okay.
Mary. Oh, that's why Mary Rap. We were saying who was Mary, so he was telling us that Mary was who was with him last year at the rally, and they had
Okay.
a family of dogs, a couple of pugs with them, two or three of them.
Oh,
So I remember those guys. Yeah, um,
yeah.
yeah. So uh, this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about was you are one of the people, Dawn, that introduced a lot of people to protective gear. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that, because of your brain injury, there's some things you remember, some things you don't. So I can recap a lot of that, whatever you don't remember, because you did. And that's why when I was mentioning you to the person that I was talking to, the one wheel rider, he was saying that, he saw you riding on the railroad track. And then he's like, well,
Oh.
it looks like she does really dangerous stuff. I said, not normally. I said, I said normally the only thing that she's doing dangerous is she rides really fast, but she's
Uh-huh.
always really geared up. She has
Yeah.
full gear and she rides sensibly. She rides fast, but she knows her wheels really well. She has all the
Yeah.
protective gear that she needs on, and
Yeah.
she's a big proponent of protective gear. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people have gotten some of their gear ideas from you
Yeah.
because they saw some of the videos that you put out, or they talk to
Yeah.
you in person about different gear. And
Yeah.
so I'm one of them. I see like I take my cues from people. When I see people with something cool, I'm like, ooh, that looks like good gear.
Yeah.
So a couple of the things you had on, I was like, ooh, okay.
So that comes from experience because let's see, I raced motorcycles, so I brought my motorcycle gears to my horseback riding gears because I raced horses, and now, well, I was racing the EUCs, but so yeah, all that it's like decades and decades of gears that I've
Mm-hmm.
had, throughout those different sports.
Mm-hmm. And that is what made some people wear certain gear. Excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
because you are someone who is experienced. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't your first race. This wasn't your first
No.
sport. This wasn't your first
No.
time. So, you know, a lot of people
Oh
were
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, they're like, that woman knows what she's talking about. She's
Yeah.
raced motorcycles in like up to breakneck speeds, and if she says it's good gear, you're gonna try it. And a lot of people have tried gear simply because
Good.
of your experience. So I appreciate you for that. I thank you
Hey.
for helping others to find their way to gear. Because even yesterday, I watched a video of somebody um, who was riding on EUC with no gear,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh.
as he rode forward, a car turned right in front of him,
Oh.
and he slammed into the side of the car. And luckily,
Yeah.
he like kind of rolled out of it and got up. But
Yeah.
you know, he was obviously mad. But I'm like, well, how mad can you be? You weren't even wearing gear. Like you
Yeah.
should be happy and lucky that you didn't die just now because
Yeah.
no helmet, no pads, no nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I hate seeing that. Because
Oh my gosh.
I hate seeing it because it's so
Yeah.
scary to see somebody
Yeah.
riding with no pads on. So,
Yeah. It is scary to see someone else doing it. Yeah. I can see that.
yeah, yeah. Bunny Slippers is in the house. What's up, man? Electric Unicycle. Good day, mate.
Hey.
Dale's here from the land down under.
Yay.
Yeah, so I, I guess I can say, how long were you motorcycle racing?
Um. God, I think I did a total about, well, I don't know how long I was motorcycle racing for, because at first I was with the MTC, Motorcycle Training Center, and I was
Okay.
training people on the track to ride and to
Whew.
race. I was training them, preparing them to race, and then people were like, "Whoa, you're fast." So they're like, "You should race." And I'm like, "Nah." So I pushed that aside for a while, but then I did end up racing. But it was a few years that I raced for, and then I had 15 broken bones, not
Oh,
counting my crushed jaw, skull fracture from within my helmet, my $1,000 helmet. And yeah, it was my bad crash.
wow.
That was my bad crash. It was 15 broken bones, and it was going down the front straightaway. So you're getting over 100 miles an hour, and I was drafting the guy, so I was right on his butt, and he slams on the brakes. And I swerved to his left to try and get around him, and I didn't even think I was going to make it, but I made it. But he decided to go to the left to exit the track, and I was on his left. So he hit me, and we both went into the pit wall. So
Oh
the
my
pit
god.
wall stopped us, and that's the biggest thing that'll hurt anyone is a sudden stop.
A
It's
rapid
not the speed
deceleration.
that kills. Yes, rapid deceleration is what kills you.
Yep.
So it's not the speed, but
Wow.
yeah. So then I quit racing and I quit all that. Well, after I proved that the fear didn't get to me, then I quit racing. Then I went into the horses, and then I came here to ECs, and I was with horses for a long time. And
Yeah.
I was still doing the horses because I did barefoot trims, still to this, well, not to this day, but to up to the point where I crashed. And
Uh-huh.
now I'm like jobless. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my broken shoulder. I'm so
Yeah.
broken.
Well, we're going to talk about that too, because I want to talk about all your injuries and what we're going to
Mm.
do from that. But you just threw me for a loop there, Don. I didn't know that you broke that many bones in a motorcycle accident. So,
Yeah.
like this accident was life threatening right here. But the previous accident, I guess you just broke bones though. There was no, you weren't like dead for a time being because
No.
this.
So
So
I broke all my bones, and then I told him, I said I didn't want the ambulance to take me because an ambulance trip around here is at minimum $2,500.
yep,
So I
here
didn't
too.
want the ambulance to take me. So I wanted a regular car to take me. So they did, and they took me to the hospital where they found all the broken bones. And then I didn't even stay there. I left. Yeah. I when I'm conscious, I'm difficult. I don't want to stay at the hospital. I want to go home.
You
So
left
yeah.
with 15 broken bones?
Yep. And I went to work the next day because that was on a Sunday was a race and Monday
What?
was work. And I went to work and I had to climb upstairs and I was well, even now I have like wheelchairs and um uh what do you call those things that you put under your arms to go?
Crutches, crutches.
Crutches. So I had the crutches, and I had all that stuff. So I took that. I went to work, and I went on my crutches because one of the things I broke was my left leg, so I couldn't even walk. But yeah, I got over it. But
So,
this was the first time I've been unconscious,
yeah, no,
and
no,
I've
you
been
were you
out for yeah,
yeah, you were dead. Yeah,
yeah.
that okay, so people, I don't those of you who just joined in, she was just telling us the tale of her motorcycle crash where she broke 15 bones, left the hospital without getting treated, and went to work the next day with 15 broken bones. So Dawn Champion is no stranger to pain. And I want to talk about how you got through all that. Hang on one second. Mindy H is in the chat and she says, "Hey Dawn, sending love and hugs." I'm assuming you
Yay!
know who Mindy is. And
Hello.
yeah, Stan's in the house. What's up, Stan? Sensei Vegan's in the house. What's up, brother?
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah.
I was on his live stream once. That was
Yeah.
before my crash, though. Come
Yes,
on,
yes, it
Sensei,
was.
get with it. Nothing even matters before the crash because before the crash, I don't I have those memories, but only if someone else pulls up an old memory,
Yeah.
and then I join them and I go, oh yeah, I remember that. Then I can kind of remember, but everything is like it was another person. So from my crash is like my the new me, which is kind of the same me, but a little bit different because I'm nicer now. But yeah. So the
You were
crash was a
nice
big
already.
yeah.
you you were very nice already. And
Okay.
I'm just glad that either you remembered me or you asked somebody who I am because when I when I reached out to you, I was like, I don't know if she's gonna remember me. And then you said, "Hey," I was like, "Okay, she remembers who I am." So,
Mhm. I
uh,
remember you. I remember, yeah, I remember a lot of things. So
okay,
all the things that they were apparently people were being told that I was going to only have like a 13-month brain or something and all this so I might not be the same person, I might be dead or whatever and all this stuff and none of that is true because I'm alive and I'm me and everything's going to be okay.
that's right. So, Don, so you recovered from that 15 broken bones on the motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
Then you go to horse racing. Then you
Mhm.
come to EUCs, and then you start
Mhm.
applying all your knowledge and all your skills on EUCs, and you become one of the fastest women on EUCs, fastest people, never mind women. You were one of the fastest people on EUCs because you were fearless. And I can say that because on our Mount Baldy ride, I remember being near you, and then you hit like some special gear or something, and it went boom and took off, and I was
Oh
like,
my
okay.
gosh.
I was like, yeah, I can't
Yeah.
catch her. Yeah. So I
uh,
remember that vividly, how fast you were
yeah.
on that wheel. Yeah. And you just and it was real windy the day that I was there, and you just
Oh.
breezed through that wind like I was like, I don't know how she's doing it, but I'm gonna let her do it, not me. So
uh, well, okay. So I've decided that I don't have any self-preservation. So when other people tell me to like slow down or something, I probably should listen because that's probably they probably want the best for me, and that's
yeah.
probably the right thing to do because I don't stop. Yeah,
No,
I
you
just
don't.
keep going fast,
Yeah, you're
no matter
fearless.
what.
You're
Yeah,
fearless. And
but
so
that's not a good thing. But in this crash, I didn't even do anything bad.
no.
That's the I was
Yeah.
everything was good, but I do okay. Something that not a lot of people know, and I'll say it first here.
Okay.
I do have narcolepsy, and not a lot of people know that. So when
Oh.
I'm riding, even when I'm riding, I can ride asleep. And Marty has come up next to me asleep, and he said, "Dawn, wake up!" like that. So I know people have seen me asleep, and
Oh
they
my
they have seen
God.
me sleeping during a ride. So I think I fell asleep because it was like 100 out of 120 miles. So it was the end of the day. It was late at night. I already ate dinner. I had a drink, and maybe the narcolepsy kicked in, and I fell asleep right at that turn where I was supposed to turn, and I didn't make the turn, and I went down that embankment.
Oh my God. And that would explain why you don't remember anything at all. If you were asleep and went off that embankment. Wow, Don. Oh my, I can't even believe that.
Yeah.
Wow, my heart is like, wow. I all I can say is thank God. Thank God that you are still here because
Yeah.
that easily could have been the end of Dawn Champion.
Yes.
Easily could have been. So
I
we
mean,
were
I was
all,
this close to
yeah,
death.
we were all praying for you anyway. So I am
Mhm.
super glad that the prayers were answered and that God spared you because hearing
They
what
said, "We don't want her here. Get her out of here."
you hearing what you just said is like wow, like now it makes sense because honestly
Yes.
I couldn't wrap my mind around how this terrible crash happened to such an amazing rider. I was like
Right?
how could this
Yeah.
happen to her? I just couldn't
Mhm.
understand it. But knowing
Yeah. It
that,
didn't.
oh wow. Wow.
It's something
Wow.
that I've struggled with all my life, and it's something that I had thoughts like this is going to take me out someday, because there's been so many times where I wake up in the middle of a ride and I go, "Oh shit, that was a turn," but somehow I made the turn,
Oh
and
my
or
god.
somehow, I pulled through. But there were so many close calls in my narcolepsy, and I figured that narcolepsy was going to take
Holy
me out, but I
shit.
said it as a joke. But I'm not joking anymore, so I'm going to take it more seriously, my narcolepsy. and
Yeah,
and
you
people
have
are
to.
amazed. They're like, "Yeah, you drive and you do this and this and this, and you have narcolepsy?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do, but it's something I have to manage now."
Holy crap. I'm speechless and I'm never speechless. That just blows me away, Dawn.
Yeah.
Again, thank God for your being spared because
They
you
didn't
could
want me.
easily not be here.
Hmm.
So EUC Vibes is in the chat. Shouts out to EUC Vibes.
Wow.
Good to see you,
Yes.
brother.
Hey, you
Yeah,
guys.
if you guys are just as shocked as I am by what she just told us, just be sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Let us know. Like I cannot believe what she just said to us, and that puts it in a whole new light. Because remember, Don, what I said? I was talking to someone who rides one wheel, and they
Uh-huh.
thought that you were just a danger on the edge person because
I
they saw
know.
you on that railroad track and then they saw you crash and they're like, oh, she's always doing crazy. I said, no, she really is not. And I said,
Yeah.
I don't know whether she was looking at her watch or whether she was checking her speed or what. I don't know how
Could have
she
been.
missed that turn,
Yeah,
but
I don't know either.
I said it's not like her. It's not like her.
No. Nope.
That's
This crash
crazy
was
though.
totally out of the blue, because I felt like I was in my prime and everything. And then yeah, so February 21st was my crash. And so what happened? I guess we were on the end of a long ride, and we were going down the bike path in Orange County, because I went to the Orange County hospitals. And yeah, I crashed, and where I crashed there was a huge embankment, and Marty Backey actually made a video of where I crashed. So I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to make
saw
another
that.
video of it, because I want to go to my crash site and I want to check it out and I want to make a video and all that. So I want to do all that. But in the meantime, check out that video. And yeah, Marty showed all of these big rocks being cemented into the ground
Yep.
every few feet. And I went all the way down.
Yeah.
So I broke both shoulders. this arm was completely broken in the ulna and displaced. So my elbow was displaced, and both sides of my pelvis was broken. And then I had two collapsed lungs, a lacerated liver, and a brain bleed that took
Mm,
2 liters of blood.
mm, mm, mm.
So I was in the hospital for a month and a half, and then I've just been released. So well, I wasn't just I guess it's been another month and a half, so it's been a total of 3 months now,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's wild. That's wild because we were really holding our breath for a while, Don. We did think you were. We knew you were in a coma, and we didn't. A lot of people were afraid you weren't going to wake up, we were a lot of us, especially me. I'm a real positive person, as you know. I'm like always like happy, enthusiastic, energetic, but even I had really sad thoughts about the idea
Oh,
that your crash may have taken you from us. I was like beside myself. I said, I cannot believe this happened. And
oh,
I was waiting every day for news. And I'm like,
yeah,
somebody's going to tell me something. And I'm not one to just believe gossip. So I'm like
uh,
waiting for people who know, like Roger
yeah,
and people who are there on the inside, Marty and those who get like real
uh,
information. Cause I heard a bunch of nonsense and I was like, no,
uh,
until I hear stuff from people
yeah,
who know what they're talking about, I'm not listening
yeah,
to nothing
yeah,
because I
yeah.
believe she's gonna be okay. I was like, I'm gonna have faith and I'm gonna believe that she's gonna be okay. And then
Okay,
they said Dawn's up and she's talking. I was like, I felt so relieved, Dawn. Very,
good.
very
Well,
relieved.
big thanks to everybody who believed in me because, like I always say, you can always place your bets on me, and I will come back and I will make things better. It's like even right now, like I can't bend this. Wait, can you see my elbow?
Other
Where's my
way. There
elbow?
you
There
go.
it is.
There you go.
So I can't bend my elbow at all. This my left elbow and this shoulder. This this arm is broken at the
Mm-hmm.
humerus right about there, and the shoulder's displaced, and my arm is in, and all that. They're gonna fix all that, and no matter what happens, even if I don't get the best surgeon, and he fixes it funky or there's complications or whatever, I will get through it all, and I will make it better.
You see what I mean? That's that positivity. That's that Dawn champion right there. Shouts out to this positive woman right there. I love you, Dawn. You are so amazing and you do a great job giving us joy. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Um, so in the chat, Goth Gazu says, honestly, maybe being asleep saved you a bit, not tensing, like being like a rag doll right before. It might have, because a lot of people, like, in my job as a police officer, I went to tons of accident scenes where I'm like, how is this person not dead? And part of it is because, excuse me, because they were completely asleep. So
Oh,
they didn't react. They went like a free flow with the car, and because
uh-huh.
they didn't tense up and try and stop themselves from it getting hurt, it was like water in the jar when it just moves around. They moved
Yeah,
around in the crash, and they
yeah.
woke up after the crash, and they're like, what happened? So
Okay.
it might have been the same thing. You were asleep, you crashed, all that broken, and then you don't even know what happened because you were asleep and you were so loose that you didn't die. Oh, we lost Don. We lost you. Oh, there we go. Got you back.
Oh,
Your
I'm
phone probably went to
back.
sleep.
No, the phone thing, but I got a call in, and so I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, how do I get rid of this?" I was like, "What?"
oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm just using my phone. Yeah, real high tech here, but I'm not. I don't put any time into these things. But yeah, it's like what was funny was if you look at the paperwork and you see all of my broken bones and everything like that. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get rid of. Then it looks really bad. Then you meet me, and I'm totally like happy, and I'm like this, and so yeah, it's like totally different, two totally different sides of the picture, and they're like, there's no. Oh, so I saw a doctor today, and the
Mm.
doctor was freaking out because I still don't have my right shoulder fixed, and he's all like, "I saw your X-rays," and it was a pain management doctor, so he knows about pain. And he was like, "Aren't you gonna get that fixed?" I said, "Yeah, it's been 3 months, and I do need to get it fixed." And the specialist that I went to for my shoulder to fix it. He was all like, they should have fixed this immediately. But the problem was it was so hard. Nobody was available to fix it over there in Orange County.
Oh,
So over here, I'm still trying to get it fixed. But
that's
yeah,
crazy.
it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, in the chat they were asking. Ricardo's asking what wheel you were riding. You were riding the EX30, right? Yeah,
Yeah, and I still don't have it back.
yeah,
So I've never seen it after the crash, and I'm kind of curious what will happen if I see it. Like I don't know, some closure or something, or some
yeah.
answers, or some. I don't know. I'm just, maybe it's just, I don't know. So I
You'll
haven't
see it.
seen it at all.
Yeah, you'll see it
Yeah.
eventually. So Roger said you were doing 38 miles an hour. He pulled your logs to see how fast you were going.
Yes.
That's crazy. Ooh,
Yeah, I was
youch.
speeding. You guys all know that I can go like 68 miles an hour, and I did it. And I was, so I wasn't going fast, and I wasn't doing anything bad, and I hadn't planned on doing anything bad in forever. So why did this bad crash happen? I think, to me, I think it's because, like, I don't know, this is a whole new level. Like, to be able to go through life is already okay, this amount of hardness. Then to go through life with two broken arms and two broken pelvis, well, a broken pelvis with both sides broken, all this stuff, it's a little bit harder. So this is another level, I'd say, and it's a good one. I'm learning so much.
I'll be honest. I know how bad a broken shoulder is. It was the most pain I've ever experienced, and I've experienced a lot of pain, and
Oh.
so I can't imagine having the broken shoulder, the broken elbow, the broken pelvis, all that you had at the same time. And then so I understand why they had you in a coma and kept you there, trying to get you to heal through some of that. And and right now I want to ask you a question that's been on my mind, on how
Okay.
is your pain?
My pain is almost nothing. Like, I don't even need
Really?
to take pain pills. Well, I should take the pain pills at this point. But like once a day, I'll take a pain med, like a gabapentin, which is just for neural pain. It's
Mm-hmm.
generic for neural pain. But that's it. So my pain isn't that bad. No, not at all. It's
That's
totally livable,
crazy.
and I know, right? Because this arm is broken. I'm like,
Yes.
how can I not have pain? But sometimes when I try to move it, then it does have a shoot, like a sharp pain. And I'm
Yeah.
like, ow, like that. So there is some pain. And I definitely don't have the same, like before. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do this. But I could reach my whole back with both of my
Yeah.
arms.
Yep.
And now I'm not even close. Like, I can reach the bottom of my back with my left hand, but the other one that goes up here to reach the top half, I
Yep.
can't, because I can't go any higher than that.
Yeah. No, I look, I know that frustration because not being able to lift my arm, I can't imagine not being able to do both. Like you got an elbow on one
Yeah.
side, a shoulder on the other. So I
Yeah.
can't look. I know how bad it is for me with this one. I call it my bad wing. I got one bad wing. Yeah, I can't do a lot with it. But when I lift it, the metal plate and 8 screws cause pain. So if I do lift
Oh.
it sharply, I'm like, like it
Uh,
hurts a lot. So I can't imagine having a broken shoulder like yours that wasn't repaired yet, and
yeah.
an elbow that they jacked up the repair on. Ah,
I know. It's like he wanted to fix it because it was so broken. But, from law enforcement, you probably know, uh, any injuries to your arms is protective injuries. Wait, how do you say that?
defensive. Like normally,
Defensive.
yeah,
Defensive wounds.
you're protecting your body from whatever or whatever, and a lot of times that's how
Mhm.
you injure your arms and your hands because the fall is happening. That's what I'm saying. If you're asleep and you go through a crash, you break stuff, but if you're awake, it's usually worse because you try to brace yourself and snap
Yeah.
snap snap snap, and it's like,
Oh,
ooh.
Yep.
And that's how I broke my shoulder. It's because I was wide awake.
Yep.
The wheel malfunctioned and shut off without warning, and I fell upside down, and I tried to catch myself with my arm, and I was gonna do a
Wow.
roll, but it was so abrupt that I couldn't even roll out, and I just all my body weight came down with my arm open and just snapped my shoulder and shredded it. It
Yeah.
was like, so I think of
Ooh.
yours when you tell me your injuries. I'm like, I know how much weight how heavy I weigh, and I know how much weight it took to snap my shoulder. So for you to snap
Yeah.
yours and your elbow and your pelvis and all the banged up in, whoo, girl.
Those were all defensive wounds. I was trying to protect my head, and in the end, I didn't because so on top of my wounds, I have my lazy eye now, and
Hmm.
my brain bleed, and then I also hit the front of my face against my helmet, I guess, and
Yeah.
my lips are still numb. They are
Oh
still
my
numb, and that
god.
had to be from the crash. So that was
Yeah.
3 months ago, and my lips are still numb. I'm
Wild.
like,
That's wild. Wild, Don.
mm,
So Fresh Bone says, "Oh my, Don, you have more greatness to bring to this world. As tragic as it wasn't time." That- that's right. It
you
wasn't
say it all
time.
dramatic like that.
Well, that's
You're a
the
good
that's
reader.
it. It is dramatic, Don. It is. That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Don Champion,
yeah.
and the champ never admits defeat. He said. That's right.
No.
Yeah. Um. EUC Vibe says, "Have you considered starting a new GoFundMe?" I think you already have another one up, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I have my
Or
GoFundMe, so
is
I have
it the
the
same one?
original one.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
same
It's
one, and I am. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to everyone that donates to it because or contact me directly if you don't want because they take a portion of it or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Contact me directly if you have that problem, and I'll give you my PayPal or whatever. You can like just send it directly. But yeah, that has been a big lifesaver, and I did not. I did. I wouldn't have thought that I had so many friends. I was like, what? I was like, what?
A lot
People
of
like me?
yeah, a lot of people love you, Don. You have a lot of love
Oh,
out there. And part of it is
yay.
because you always put that positive energy and love out into the world, and it comes back to you. I'm a firm believer in that, and you're another demonstration of that because most of these people that donated, you've never met, but
No.
because you put that kind of positivity out into the world, it comes back to you. I'm a firm believer, and I think God has set that up that way, and I'm happy that it happens to people like you. So I was when I saw the amount that was going into your GoFundMe and it kept going up and kept going up. I was like, wow. I was very very happy for you because I knew you were gonna need it once you were back on your feet or to help you get on your feet and stuff. So I'm glad that you were able to get that. So
Oh
um,
yeah, for sure. And it's not just the crash. It's like everyone's all about the crash, right? But then it's about the recovery. And God, that takes like years.
mhm.
So it's not a short journey, it's a long journey. And my brain thing that's causing my eye thing to go is like it's so annoying. But I'm learning how to control my eyes
I saw
separately.
that in the last video. Yeah, that
What?
was crazy.
Who
You did
can
that.
do
I was like,
that?
whoa. Yeah.
Right?
That blew me away. I was like, did she just move her eye?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't be able to, there's so much that I'm learning from this experience. Like maybe I was too full of myself, maybe I do need to listen to other people every once in a while, like they know what's best, like things that are dangerous or things like that. And so I'm going to be, I don't know, better, but I'm always trying to be better. So I don't know if that's
Yeah.
necessarily different, but it's definitely an opportunity that I don't want to waste.
Right.
So,
That's good. Well, Marty, the Godfather, is in house. Marty.
yay!
And Marty said one of the reasons that Dawn always rides at 50 plus miles per hour is for the adrenaline that keeps her awake, especially after lunch.
That is true. Some people did bring that up. that it was because it was after dinner and stuff like that. And it was late, so we were going slow, and we had a distance to go. So it's you don't do 120 miles by staying in your backyard. You have to
No.
leave your backyard. But and so it was a long ass ride all day long, all night long. And yeah, it was, I don't know, it's one of those things that we were kind of going slow, I guess. But I had to manage my wheel, and I was being trying to be responsible, trying to be good, and it didn't work out for me.
uh, well, it's everything does happen for a reason. I don't know what that reason is. But
Yeah.
I do know that we're here now, and
Hmm.
you have a story to tell. I
Hmm.
will say that that I do believe that everything happens for a reason, but I believe that everyone is intended to learn from everyone else. So
Oh.
I believe that this is not just to teach you, but it's to teach others what we need to
Oh.
look out for, because we know that now we're not just going 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, and plus. You know what I mean? We are in
Yeah.
the realm of fanatical speed now on one wheel, and we are at the point where it's going, I always say ludicrous speed. I think, you know, and we are at that point now where we're not flying yet, although there are vehicles that do fly already. That but they're
What?
not. Yeah, oh yeah, there's already vehicles that fly
Okay.
that they're just not readily available for us yet. But they'll be
Oh, okay.
consumer ready at some time in the near future, and I could see us riding those. We are those nuts that would transition from the one wheel to
Yeah.
flying. So I know that
Yes.
this will be the group to do it. But
Yes.
it is one of the things that makes you think about safety more. And I want us to take some sort of lesson from what happened to you, and I want us to realize it could happen to anyone. You
Hmm.
are not in control of everyone, everything, and everybody, and
Yeah.
it could happen. So you have to be ready, and you have to do everything in your power to not get into a crazy accident that's going to almost kill you. So
Hmm.
everybody has to wear all your gear,
Wear your
ride
gear.
responsibly, ride
Yes.
smart, and
Yes.
not do crazy things that are going to get you hurt or could get you hurt. And I know it's hard to say
Yes.
because we're already riding on one wheel, so already we're already doing something crazy that could get us hurt.
I
I
know. Where
know.
do you draw the line?
Well, I'm hoping that it makes people take stock in the fact that what we're doing is very dangerous, and you know just think twice. Think twice before you
Yeah.
do that crazy thing that you probably shouldn't do. Because I
Yeah.
really don't want to see anyone get hurt. And seeing someone like you, who, like I said, has been a shining light to people, to see you get hurt so badly is like shocking, but to see you bounce
Mhm.
back is like a miracle. And I love the fact that you're able to be who you are, because you've always been
Mhm.
this wonderful giddy person anyway, but to see you be this person on the other side of such a terrible incident makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh,
So
good.
yeah.
So
um
back there, I have my ET Max. I still have my ET Max,
mhm.
and I believe that I'm up there in 67.8
Oh
miles an
my god,
hour.
oh my god.
Yeah. But I've heard that there's a wheel coming out that might be able to go 80 miles an hour. Can you
Two,
imagine?
well, they said there's gonna be a 200-volt wheel coming really soon,
Mhm.
and I could see
Yep.
that happening. So, like I said, we're in the realm of ludicrous speed now, and I
Yes.
could I could see us transitioning to flight very soon.
Oh, yeah.
So, well,
Oh, I am there. I've
I
seen
am
them
like
on
right,
YouTube.
right already. I
Yeah.
When I say it, I go, hmm. I'm thinking about it too. So, but Mamacita 1111 is in the chat, and she says you have a beautiful,
Yay.
uplifting spirit, Don. You give us a true perspective on what matters in life, and she sent the heart hands emoji. So,
Aw.
shouts out to her.
I
That was
think
really
that,
beautiful.
yeah. I mean, really, I've been doing a lot of introspection lately, and I think that the only thing that matters in life is like who you love, your loved ones, and spending time with your loved ones. It's
Yeah.
like I think that's the biggest thing about life, because everything else like work and stuff, that like making money and all that, anyone can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so 38 is barely moving for us, Roger said. Yeah, Roger, barely moving when you're not going off a cliff. 38's very fast off a cliff.
uh,
So, uh DJ Strip in the house. What's up, Kev? He said, "Wow, glad to see Dawn is doing better." Yes, she's definitely doing better. Um,
mhm.
so we got a lot of people join the chat. What's up, everybody? SC Phoenix Volunteer ADA Title II Auditors. That's their name. Dawn Champion must have very very high pain threshold. I don't know. Do you have a high pain tolerance normally?
I don't know, because at this point, like every time I say ow, people go, "Oh my gosh, you're such a big baby." But they don't know that I've been living with this for 3 months already, and I've been doing
Yeah.
dealing with this every single day, and I'm tired of it. And yeah, it's a lot of people say I do, and I don't know how I compare to other people. So, but I think overall, I think I do have a higher pain tolerance, just because I don't understand what pain is. Just like I'm not sure I understand what any of the emotions are, because I'm
pain
weird. I don't know.
pain is weakness leaving the body, or
Ah,
so my martial arts instructor says.
ah. Okay, so did you know this? Now, this is something I found out. So I found that every time you sleep, you still send electrical signals to your muscles. Your
Yes.
brain does, because your brain controls everything. Your brain never sleeps. So even when you're sleeping, you dream and you have, subconscious thoughts, and it's checking up on your body all the time. But when you're in an induced coma, you
Mm-hmm.
do not send any electrical signals to your muscles. So the muscles are actually atrophying, which is why it explains why I'm so weak. Is I've
Ah,
lost all of my strength through all this too.
yeah, yeah. And I remember you were doing so much for strength wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were doing really well. You did a video on some device, I forgot what it was, and I was like, okay, she's really working out over there. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I know that you can
The
tell the
pull-up bar.
difference. No, you had
Yeah,
not the
I
pull
can
up
do like
bar.
a.
It was something
Oh,
else you had.
okay.
The shake thing with the gyro, and it had the gyro
Oh,
in it, and I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
look at
yeah,
her. Yeah, and but you were talking
yeah.
about some of the things you do, and I was like, yeah, and you could see, I mean, you had definition, in your arms to where I was like, okay, you can see she's strong, you could tell that.
Mhm,
So, but
mhm.
you'll get it back,
But I've lost it all.
you'll
Yeah,
get
I've
it back.
lost all of it now.
Yeah,
So it's like it's so weird. It's like I've lost everything. I've lost my memories. I lost my strength. I lost my balance. I'm still riding though. I got back on the wheel, but just the M10-4, or
yeah,
like a
yeah,
small wheel. I still can't
yeah.
ride my big wheel reliably.
No, you don't
So
need to, not yet. No, take your time.
not yet.
Yeah. There's no
Yeah,
rush for that at all because it'll come. So
yeah.
Stu Steve says, "Do you still have vision out of the newly lazy eye?"
Yes, I have. Oh wait, what did I do? Oh my gosh.
What
Are you
happened?
there?
Yeah, I'm. Oh,
Uh,
now I lost you. Like
oh
we
my
don't see
gosh,
you.
where are you?
Oh, we lost you. Okay, we're gonna give her a minute. I'm sure she'll call back in a second. I think she. There she goes. Oh, okay, you're back.
I'm back. Yay. Wait, what were you asking me?
Someone asked in the chat, do you have vision out of that eye?
I do have vision, and so what's going on right now is I have. So most people has one vision, and I instead have two visions, and they're overlapped a little bit, but it's not. It's like one is turned and then overlapped, so the my whole vision is blurry, and also I'm affected by the light and the dark and like that a lot and stuff like that. So I fall down a lot, and it's affecting my balance. And there is a question: is my balance related to my vision, like my eyes, or is it related to my brain? And I thought it was my eyes for the longest time. Then I thought it was my brain, because my eye problem is not really a problem, because when I close my left eye,
Yep.
my right eye acts normal. But when both eyes are together, then my right eye goes, dormant.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, when I'm using both, then yeah, they're both here, and it's two visions overlapped. It's weird. I
Okay.
don't like it at all.
Well, because normally the vision is those two images completely overlapped and in sync.
Yes.
So now that you have
Mhm.
both, it's just they're a little out of phase, which gives you that double
Mhm.
vision. But I'm confident that with some brain training and some exercises that you'll get that back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Ryan Chin, he says, "Hi, mom. We are also
Oh my gosh.
we are also worried
I
about
always.
you, but so happy that you're all right. Your positivity is infectious and such a blessing on the community."
Oh, yay. Here, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna take this off now. Okay,
Okay.
how do I do this?
Let's see. Foodie. Da, 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 da. I've never broken. Oh, so he's saying I've never broken a bone, but I've banged up my right knee a lot, and even just that has bothered me for like 10 years. Don't skimp on proper
Holy shit.
recovery, everyone.
10
Yeah.
years? Oh my gosh, of knee pain.
Yeah,
Wow.
recovery is important. You do have to take the time that you need. Your body needs rest, rejuvenation, and your body will heal a lot. Our bodies are
Yeah.
magnificent, but you got to give it what it
Yeah.
needs to heal. You got to eat,
Yeah.
take whatever vitamins you can, get the rest that you need, and your body will help. Your body will help you out, but you got to help your body out too.
Yeah.
Uh,
For sure. Everyone be safe out there. Be safe and be grateful if you're able-bodied. Oh my gosh, because if you're not able-bodied, you
mhm.
will miss it, because it's a big deal to be missing things now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Ricardo said I separated my shoulder when I was living in Dubai from an accident and had it repaired using a double endo button system, and it functions way better than my other shoulder. See if that's available. I wish that was a
What?
thing for me. I wish they would have done some surgery to make my shoulder better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
that
know.
didn't
I'm
work for
so worried
me.
about my shoulder, because everyone that I've gone to so far that has seen my shoulder has been shocked that I'm still walking around with this
Yeah,
broken thing, because the arm is broken and the shoulder's broken. They're displaced, and it's just so bad.
yeah. I'm
And I'm
I'm
like, I know it's bad, but just tell me you know how to fix it.
You're like, don't tell me how bad it is. Just tell me how good you can
Yeah.
make it.
Yes.
I feel you on that. EUC Vibe
Mhm.
said the day wouldn't start right without Dawn.
Aw. Yay! Yeah, Erwin has to read it, or Cobra has to read everything to me, because I don't have my phone or anything on here, so I can't see the chat.
Yeah, oh, there's a bunch. There's 40 people in here, 41
Okay,
people in here right now, and a lot of
okay,
messages. Some of them I'm popping on the screen, and some of them I'm getting able to read. Dale
okay.
Electric Unicycle says, "Is he trying to suggest that Dawn rides faster to be safer?" That's horrible advice.
Well, faster is safer, and whenever you have doubts, go faster. You guys have heard me say that, yeah.
I have,
And
yeah.
I do believe that to a certain point. It's like when you're first starting out, when you're first learning how to ride an EC, then you
Hmm.
say faster is better, because the
Yeah,
faster you go, then the wheel will carry its own weight.
yep.
So you won't feel that weight anymore.
Cooler Joe said Dawn has taught me the beauty of toilet seat art. If you haven't seen Dawn, art is really cool. You have some toilet
Oh.
seat art that I don't know about, Dawn.
Okay, so I did Mandela painting, which is painting with little tiny dots, and you
Aha.
just make all these little dots. I'm trying to think if I have any right
Let's
now,
see.
and I don't think I have any examples of it. But yeah, I did do a toilet seat, and I made it this beautiful painting on the toilet seat with my Mandela painting. And he's probably talking about that.
Uh, okay.
I'm
Chris.
telling you, don't knock it until you try it.
Okay, okay. Look, look. I'm a firm believer that I'll try almost anything once. So
Yeah.
I'm open to a whole lot. I'm very adventurous, so I would try it. So Chris Torino said Dawn is so tough mentally and physically, and will 100% be back riding with us. I miss her dancing while riding.
Oh, I
That's
miss
Chris.
it too.
I just watched that video of Dawn dancing on the wheel. She's like, dan, dan. I forgot what song was playing, and she was jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, UC Vibe says yes, she does. When she focuses on one eye, the other one doesn't. She mentioned in the video she is going to see. Oh, okay, he's talking about what you said about your eye. He was answering his
Yeah.
question before we got to it.
Oh,
Um.
okay.
So instead they wouldn't be riding at all. Okay, he answered. A lot of people are answering because by the time I get down to it, somebody else already gave the answer for you.
Good.
Um, video channel about it, saying that you put videos on your channel about updating people on
Mhm.
all of this, which she did. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen Dawn's channel, go check out Dawn Champion. Dawn, it's at Dawn S Champion. She's grown a lot. Started from a few subscribers. Now she's got over 8,000 and still climbing. So good job. 925 videos on her channel. So there's a lot to see. And that was one of the things I was gonna say to you, Don, also, because you made a comment about, this is how I am now. I don't know how I was before, but this is how I am. I'm like, you were the same as you were before, but
Yeah.
if you're unsure, you can always go back and watch all your videos because you'll see yourself in
Uh,
all that. Because you did
yeah.
a lot of videos and talking
Yeah.
about. Oh, something fell behind my setup here. Not good. You did a lot of videos talking about things. So
Yeah.
and I know you, and that was the other thing I wanted to mention. I know, you had gone through a lot. Um, I know, divorce wise and moving and the whole camper situation for a while, and I know that that's one of the things I was telling somebody else. I was like, she's gone through a lot recently, and she came out the other side of it smiling, happy, and ready. And right when you got everything back on track, got another house, got yourself situated, got your garage with all your tools and everything set up and
Yeah.
ready, you were so happy and you were beaming and shining. I was like, Dawn is back on it. I said, good for her.
Yeah.
Then I heard about the crash and my heart just sank. I was like, come
Yeah.
on. She
I
just
know.
got
It's like I
everything
can't get a
going.
break. I
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure what that's all about because yeah, I had the same exact thoughts. So it's funny because like I said, all of my memories are weird because everything before the crash is like a distance, a really distant memory. And then everything from the crash on is new to me. So I'll say things like, new to me, like it's my first time riding. The first time I rode after the crash was my first time riding because that's, I don't know, that's a new me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've just been thinking about like what I'm supposed to be doing and like what I should change about myself, or I don't know. Shoot me ideas. What should I change about myself? I don't know.
Nothing. You shouldn't change anything about yourself, Don. You're amazing as you
Oh,
are. You should not change
thank you.
anything about yourself. Keep doing what you
Yeah.
do and being who you are. And anybody that can't see the light inside of you is blind. So,
Yes.
yeah, don't worry about that. Shouts out to EUC Vibes for the super chat. Thank you, brother. He's
Yay! Thank you, EC Vibes.
he said, Don, you are a legend. The community loves you. What was your speed record on motorcycle? I remember it was amazing. Hope you have a speedy recovery and glad the GoFundMe is back up. Do you remember what your fastest
Yay!
on motorcycle was?
I think it was around 168. It wasn't that
Oh,
high.
That's not that high.
168? No, that's not that high because I mean my bike now, my R1 should be able to go higher than that. So I had room to go, but I didn't want to go higher than 168 because I just kept thinking if I crash, oh my gosh, I shall be dead like immediately. So I didn't want to go any faster than that. So I'm not a total speed freak.
Well, I can tell you, on a motorcycle, my fastest was 147, and
Oh, okay.
I did that only because I was trying to keep up with others. Um,
Oh.
I was on a ride from Massachusetts here to New York to Lake George, New York, for a motorcycle convention, and I was on a little Katana 600, and the other
Oh.
guys, yeah, oh yeah, my bike was not big. It was custom painted,
Yeah.
and it looked amazing, but it was not a big. It was the smallest bike in the bunch. We had two
Yeah.
900 Ninjas, and then one
Okay.
1100 Ninja
Okay.
1100. So the 1100 obviously was leading the way the entire time, and then the 900s. I was battling with the 900s for second place in line. That's how
Huh.
much I was pushing this 600 that I
A
had,
katana.
a
Yeah.
Katana 600. So
Yeah.
Suzuki was not known for being the number one. The Ninjas were definitely better bikes than what I had, and but mine was jetted out and had some aftermarket work done to it, and yay, but still I don't know how the hell I was doing that. I won't ever
Yeah.
do that again.
Ooh.
I sold my bike after that because
Huh.
like somebody took a left turn right in front of me after I let off the
Ooh.
clutch and hit the gas.
Yeah.
Like, you come to a light, the light is starting to it turned yellow as I was
Yeah.
going through it, and I was like, okay, all right, no one's coming. I let go of the clutch, hit it, and I was like, started to go. He decided to turn right in front of me after I
Oh.
let off the clutch and hit the gas. So then I had to grab all the brakes. I mean, all the brakes. I was like, ah! I was like, front, big, back. I was skidding, and like I smelled the paint on the side of that car. I was so close
Wow.
to it, and
But you were okay.
I didn't hit him, but I don't know how because I went sideways and back, fishtailing. I'm like, oh, and he went by, and the bike backfired, and it shut off, and
Yeah.
I coasted to the side of the road, shaking like a leaf. I was like, oh, oh my god, oh my god, and the guy who was riding behind me, he's like, dude, you almost died.
Oh my gosh.
I said, yes, I did. So when you say you did 168, did you say?
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine. 148
Wow.
scared the shit out of me. It had me like,
What?
I,
Yeah.
that tunnel vision that you get at that speed.
Yep.
I felt like if a pebble was out of place and it made me
Yep.
wobble a little, I wouldn't even know that I
Yeah.
was dead. I was dead. I would be
Yeah.
gone and wouldn't know it. Cause
Yeah.
so
But
yeah.
yeah, my bike was good. So it was on a long distance trip to I don't remember it was to wait, not to San Francisco or to Vegas. But yeah, I was on a long trip. But yeah, and so all of these speeds on the unicycle are so slow to me because I'm kind of used to motorcycle speeds. And these we're not hitting motorcycle speeds. We're at the most, going like I don't know, 60 miles an hour or something like that. And that's not fast.
Yeah, you say that's not fast. Let me
But you can die.
let me correct you, Don. That's not
Okay.
fast on two wheels, but it's
Yeah.
fast as hell on one.
Yes. I know it is a lot on one. But right now, oh yeah, I can't even go at speeds at all. And I can't even ride more than my M10 4. So
Yeah,
but at least I can ride. So there
yeah.
you pussies that can ride. I said a bad word.
Booyah! Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that.
Oh my
Oh man,
god.
that's funny, Don. You are a trip.
Now I have a cat on me. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah. So it is tough. But what would you say? Okay, Don, what would you say after all of this? What was the hardest for you out of all of this? What hit you the hardest and like is the most difficult for you?
Well, I'll tell you, I think it was the other night. I thought that I had never been abused in my like my childhood and stuff. I've never been abused. And
Hmm.
then last night I finally remembered my childhood abuse and I was like, "Holy shit, that happened to me." And I
Oh wow.
remembered everything. Yeah. But from that moment on, I can say for 3 months I did not remember it, and because of death, and and I like that part of me. So I want to try to find, because I mean it did happen, but it happened in the past, and the past is dead.
Yeah.
So this is who I am now, and I can decide if I want to leave that behind or keep it with me. And I found out that a lot of what I do in my life is related to the past, and probably because that's the natural flow of things. But right now, what's good about my crash is that, okay, so right now I'm in some kind of phase where my body lays down more bone. It is a physical fact, and they're blaming that for the reason why I can't bend my elbow is because my body lay down more bone. But the other thing it does is it erase, well, plus my brain bleed and my forgetfulness, it erased all of my preconceptions in my brain, like all of the pathways, the neural pathways in the brain.
Okay.
So I now have complete neuroplasticity, which is bad in that I'm more, let's say, suggestible now, but it's good in that I can be whoever I want. So
Uh-huh.
that's really nice. Yeah, to be able to rewrite everything, to
Right?
think back on who you were and then rewrite everything to who you want to be exactly and who you want in your life.
Yeah. No, okay. Now I get why you were saying that. Okay. I can accept
Uh-huh.
that. Like when
Okay.
when I first saw you saying it, I was like, no, Don, you know, who am I gonna be? I'm like, no, you're you. You're already an amazing person. You don't need to recreate or change anything. That's why I was saying that you're an amazing person. But I get what you're saying, the
Yeah.
neuroplasticity and being able to make changes, you know, for the better. Because there are things about all of us we'd like to change and make better. I mean, all of us have certain things that we would, you know, like to make better. I would say there's a few
Yeah.
things, you know, about me I'd like to make better. And if you have that
Okay.
ability now, because all
Yeah.
your preconceived ideas and notions about yourself are gone, so you can do whatever you want, then that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's a big perk. I mean, even without having to die, like everyone always has the opportunity at any moment to change everything about their lives and to choose who you want to be and, make that conscious effort and then choose and make it happen, just make it happen. But now, I don't know. I think it's a wake up call for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it it is one of those things that is meant to be a wake up call, not just to you though, but to all. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
we're meant to learn from each other. So I think it's important that everybody see what happened here and learn from it and learn. If you don't learn anything else, learn that it could happen to anyone.
Hmm.
That's the biggest thing to take away. It could happen
Yeah.
to anyone.
Yeah.
So um so vibes is he keeps saying some pretty cool things and then he said Don, you are still you. Don't change anything about yourself. If it was your first time writing, you wouldn't know how to balance. But that is intrinsically in you. You are you. Yeah, you were I agree vibes. But now I get why she was saying that. She can change for the better things that she may want to. So um
Mhm.
and what you just said about your childhood trauma, I'm sorry that you went through that, and I'm sorry that it was traumatic enough for you to block it out. If you are able to deal with that now, then I know that you'll be stronger for it. So God bless you in dealing with that, and I wish you the best in making your way through that trauma.
Well, I think that I spent, oh my gosh, cat, go away. Go,
Yeah.
shoot. I think I spent, half of my life dealing with my trauma. And then maybe, I don't know, this other half, I get to just forget it and then see what that's like. And okay, so my memory is so far from before the crash, and this is way before the crash, so I barely remember it at all. But so I feel now that I am more removed from that trauma than I've ever been before. So I am the most
Oh,
free that I've ever
okay.
been. Isn't that
Okay.
weird?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like that. I
Yeah.
guess that's a good thing. So you can see or remember and experience that happened to you, but be removed enough that it's not hurting you as much as it would have been before.
Yes.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
Just plugged in my phone so that it won't die.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. Goth Kazoo says post crash dawn and pre crash dawn are the same person. We promise, and we love them both.
Yay! Just as long as I'm the same person. Now, am
Yeah.
I normal or am I weird? Now,
No,
that's
you're
a question for everybody. Am I normal or am I weird?
well, you're both. You're
Yeah?
weird, but you're done weird, normal.
What
Like,
does that mean?
because you already had your own quirky way about you,
Yeah.
and your own idiosyncrasies that that made you you. You're like I said, you were always a giddy, nice person when meeting you and talking to you, and you were that way with everybody, but you did have a serious side
Mhm.
that most people didn't see because you kept that from everybody. It wasn't like you were letting people in on that, serious Don. But I knew you were because we could see you were talking computations and to get it right. So, and you were always big on calculations, you know. To
Mhm.
calculate the PWM, you got to do this and you got to. I was like, okay, she's obviously been talking with Roger.
uh,
Like I don't do any of the PWM stuff. I just don't ride on the edge like that. I
oh,
just don't. So I don't.
okay.
So if I was riding on the upper edge of the wheel, then I would be doing all that calculation. But I don't ride at the upper edge. I ride. 50. I think 54 is usually the fastest I've gone,
Okay.
and that was on the ET Max. So it can take
Oh,
it. Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it can
That,
go way more than
oh yeah.
that.
That's my speed wheel right there. If I want to go
Yes.
speed and I'm not going long distance, the ET Max is the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, hands down.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
love my ET Max. I wish I still had my long range wheel, but yeah, I don't have a long range wheel now.
that's
But I
okay. You
definitely
will.
love,
You will.
yeah.
You know. Oh, shouts out to EUC Vibes again for the super chat, my brother.
Wow,
He
another one?
Yeah, he said 168 miles per hour! Exclamation point.
Oh,
You
on the
going that
bike.
fast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The bike
yeah.
can do a lot more than that. So I don't know. It wasn't that scary, was it? Or maybe it was. It was a while ago.
That's 100 miles faster than the fastest EUC.
Yep.
So yeah, that's fast as hell. That's fast as hell. So
Okay.
when you say was it fast? Hell yeah, it was fast.
Okay. That was so long ago, though. Yeah, I barely have that memory.
Yeah, yeah. God says he says he gets wobbles at 32 miles an hour. Don says 60 isn't fast.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well, it's fast to most of us. Yeah. Hit the like button, people. Please go ahead and hit that like button. I would appreciate it if you do. So yeah, there's Goth subscribed. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is crazy, Don. Hearing your story, like I thought I already knew everything because I've been watching your
Uh-huh.
updates and getting everything, all
Yeah.
the information from you firsthand. And then I'm like, wait, what? Narcolepsy? What? Like,
Uh-huh. I never never made that a big thing because it wasn't that big a deal to me, and but I could feel it coming. So at least it has a warning, and I could feel it coming. I could feel myself going to sleep, and once it hit, I couldn't stop it. But there are things to stop it. There are drugs and stuff to stop it. So I'm going to look into those, and I'll
Yeah.
take it more seriously. What if it hits? I'll take it very seriously because I'll
Yeah.
say it killed me now. Yeah.
Um. So Vibes is saying, what do you mean when you say your body laid down more bone?
Oh, my body is making more bone and it's putting down more bone to heal more wounds. So my body is expecting to get hurt, I guess. And so in that it's in a healing state right now. So apparently I'm in a healing state. I didn't even know that.
What state? California is a healing state. What? No.
No, not California.
uh, so let, let me just put it this way. You have been to the other side of what most people think they can handle. Um, your the extent of your injuries are beyond the scope of what most people could see themselves dealing with. And every time you mention all of your injuries, it's just like a gut check. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that much happened to one person in one incident, and you're
Uh-huh.
walking around with only some of it fixed. It's like,
Yeah.
what? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I- That's crazy. So, well, what hurts you the most?
My right shoulder is hurting me
Okay.
the most.
Okay.
The elbow doesn't hurt that much, but yeah, do you see the
Oh,
incision over there?
we see it.
And you see the metal?
Yeah.
That's my metal piece. I had never had a metal piece before, but yeah, all of that kind of hurts too. Um I don't know. They said that I was growing back my nerves. Wait, are you still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So they said right here when they cut it, then they also cut the nerves. And
Oh.
so my nerves are growing back, so I'm feeling more of it.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. That just oh, I'm not gonna lie. When you hold up your elbow like that, like I'm like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Aww.
It's crazy. I'm like, I can't believe it. Your cat is not playing with you.
The cat is back. Oh my gosh, he's driving me nuts. This is Crookshanks, everyone. He is my
Crookshanks.
stray cat. Apparently, this cat bites people to the point of drawing blood from
Oh my
people. And
god.
I know, I just tell people, look, now he's on my lap, and I'm like, don't bite me. If you bite me, I'm gonna like kick your ass. But no, he's being sweet right
Well,
now.
Roger said Don is normal for a platypus.
Wait,
And
Dawn is what?
they were saying you're not normal, and then she's normal for a platypus, and then
Oh.
and then someone else where somebody else said Roger, us Australians will gladly adopt her as our own, and then Roger said
Oh.
we are keeping her. Sorry.
Yeah, Roger has been a great help over this time. He was the one that set up the original GoFundMe,
Yeah.
and when I was down, and so that was a big surprise. And yeah, he's been helping out through everything, so that's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Roger.
Shouts out to Roger.
Yay.
Roger's the man.
Yeah.
So so one of the things that hold on, I just had it. Oh, okay. So WM in the chat says, any idea what they will be fixing on Dawn next? Your shoulder, hopefully, right?
Uh, Oh my gosh, my next appointment is actually next Tuesday. I will get a brain scan, a brain MRI, so that I can get my neural what is neuro short for?
Uh
Can't think of the word.
Neurology. Uh,
Yeah, neurology. My neurology appointment
mhm.
finally. I'm going to try to get that, and I meet with my surgeon this Friday. So I meet with the specialist for my shoulder to try and find out when he wants to do the surgery. Because
Yeah.
all he did was look at my X-rays and go, "Oh my gosh, your shoulder's so bad," da, 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 da. And I'm like, and he's like, and I was all like, "Well, I used to be able to touch my back with both hands, and I want to still be able to do that." He's all like, "Oh, you're way above, you're way ahead of yourself." He's like, because he's like, "You don't understand how much work your shoulder is going to take to get fixed." And I'm
Mhm.
kind of like, "Well, I kind of do. I don't care though." So like, "I just want you to fix it, and I want you to fix the elbow at the same time." And he's like, "We're definitely not doing both because both of those are both big surgeries. So there'll probably be two separate surgeries,
Yeah.
but I'm trying my hardest to get my shoulder fixed as soon as possible,
Yeah.
and then my eyes, and then everythh else after that.
Yeah.
So my shoulder, my elbow.
Okay. Well, also in the chat, he's saying genuinely, and it's even scarier when you factor in that Dawn is one of the most gear conscious riders in the game. That can happen to anyone, and that's with the best gear. Well, that's right.
Hmm. I
That's why
was
I'm
wearing
saying
all
it.
of my gear. Yep.
Yep.
I had all of my gear on, but gear doesn't matter if you are having a blunt force trauma.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, when you're doing 38 miles an hour and you slam into some rocks that are cemented into the ground, I mean, there's no winning. There's no winning that battle. There's just no winning that
no,
battle.
I
Uh,
tried. I didn't win it.
no, no. Spartacus says, after looking at your elbow, Don, I was thinking the same thing. He said, Don is Wolverine.
I would have so much metal. I wonder if he's going to put as much metal into my shoulder as they did to your. Did you ever
Yeah.
go into an induced coma?
No, no, no. I when I fell and broke my shoulder, it was so bad. But I had
Yeah.
on one of those body armor things around on my body, so
Okay.
it kind of held
Uh,
my arm and my
oh,
stuff together. But it kept
okay.
falling. Like no matter what position I put it in, I was in excruciating pain. I kept trying to
Uh,
hold it, and they put me in an ambulance and took me to the hospital. And you're right, by the way, the ambulance ride was $2,500.
yes.
Um, they took me to the hospital, and then they're talking to me and stuff, and I'm like, I'm like, can you just give me something for the pain? She's like, unfortunately, we can't give you anything until the doctor looks at it and figures what's
Uh-huh.
going on. We can't just give you any medication, so you're gonna have to wait. So I'm in there trying to find positions, and I never went through so much pain, and I'm in there like I couldn't stop making noise. I was like, I'm like, oh my god, it was so bad. And then he went in,
Yeah.
and the doctor came in. He says, okay, we're gonna put you out, and I'm gonna try to reset your shoulder. I don't know how bad
Uh,
it is, so I'll see what I can do. When
okay.
I woke up, he was standing
Yeah.
there with a towel, and he was sweating.
Okay.
And he said,
Oh.
yeah, he said, dude, your shoulder was so dense, the muscles and bones. He said, I don't think I've ever worked on a shoulder that was that hard to get back in place. He said, I
Right.
did everything I could. I even called in another guy to help me try to
Yeah.
reset it. And we just couldn't get your shoulder to stay in place. It's too badly injured. I'm sorry. You're going to need full
Oh.
surgery.
Oh.
And
Wow.
I said, I don't care, dude. You what when? Just do whatever you
Yeah.
got to do. He's like, no, the
Yeah.
surgeon can be here in the morning. I said, good. I said, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Whatever surgery, whatever you got to do, I don't care. Just do it. And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And then the next morning they put me out, and the surgeon said the same thing. It was supposed to take 2 to 3 hours, and I woke up like I don't know. I think it was like 4.5, 5 hours later, and he goes, I'm sorry it took longer. It was very hard to put your shoulder back together. He also called in another surgeon for backup.
Oh, wow. They
He
did
said,
so much work on you.
yeah, he said, your shoulder was the worst shoulder injury I've ever seen, and it was the hardest to put
Okay.
back together I've ever done in my entire
Mhm.
career. He said, so when I tell you we put work into it. We really truly did. And he said, I know you're
Yeah.
not going to get the mobility that you want, but you got to be happy that you have anything because your shoulder was truly destroyed. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Okay, so I want to tell you another thing about myself that nobody knows.
Okay.
Not really. I am an RVT. That means a registered veterinary technician. That means I work with animals, small animals, and I was an RVT manager at an ER hospital for a long time. And I
Oh.
love ER because, you know, it's always adventurous. But another thing that we did was surgical assistance. And so all
Mm.
of this is all coming in handy now because as I'm trying to find medical stuff for myself, I already have all of the medical knowledge from my training as an RVT, and I saw how the guys did things for the big dogs and stuff, and they would just be carpenters, and they would just pull things here and there and stuff like. And I'm just like, oh God, I can just imagine on my shoulder with the 3 months of healing that it already has, there's going to be a lot of retraction of my muscles
Mm-hmm.
and my tendons and stuff. So yeah, they're going to be pulling me a lot to try and get that back in, which I,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're gonna have. I mean, they'll probably be trying re-breaking stuff because
yeah,
some things will start to reform on their
yeah,
own and not correctly. So
yeah.
when bones start to form and they're not properly seated and stuff, they have to re-break things to put things back where they need to be. And I'm like, oh, oh, oh.
They have to re-break things and then they have to stretch things and
Yep.
there's so, especially with an old injury like this, which in the animal field we do see a lot of old injuries, so we know how to deal with it, but it's a lot of scraping and everything to make things new again and to
Mm-hmm.
clean out the mess. And
Mm-hmm.
any bone that is not attached to you, your body digests, so
Yeah.
your body eats it all. And I have I think my ball joint is still in there. So the ball joint is there, which, but he said a lot of it is missing, which
Oof.
I don't know. I had a lot of comminuted breaks, which means it broke into many little
Little
pieces.
pieces.
So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's just the little pieces or I'm like, where did it go? But if he can salvage my original stuff, then he should salvage as much as he can, and
He
then
will.
only do, you know, like replace if he really has to.
And that's what they'll do.
That'll be
That's
the
what,
best.
yeah. That's what the surgeon
Okay.
said. My surgeon was a specialist also, and he said
Yeah.
that he told me before the surgery. He said I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna salvage whatever I can because it's
Okay.
much better to salvage your young,
Yes.
strong bones than it
Hmm.
is to give you a replacement that is really designed
Yep.
for older people and is not
Yes.
not designed to take the abuse that you will put on it at your younger
Yeah.
age. He said, you're
Yep.
going to burn through whatever replacement we give you. So it's better that we reconstruct what you have to let you keep it
Yes.
for a lot longer of a time. So
Yes.
I'm
And
sure they're
I'm
going to do the
hoping for
same thing
that
for you.
because with all of our technology, and even though we'll be going to flying soon and all that, we don't know how to make a joint. We really don't. We don't know how to make a ball joint, and that is what I need right now is a proper ball joint.
um, so Goth in the chat is saying very big wake up call. Whenever I feel like riding without a piece of my kit. That's right. Whenever you think about going out without stuff, think about all this. Think about
Oh,
all this. You don't
yeah.
want to do it. You know.
And it's not just for you, it's for everyone around you. Who's going to have to
Hmm.
take care of you if something happens to you? Who's going to have to take over the pieces? And it's everything around you. Yeah, I'm so grateful for everyone around me because now they're helping me and I really
Hmm.
need that help. And I've never needed help before, and I've never like, I don't know, I've always been so independent, and now I'm like opposite of that. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody needs help sometimes. Everybody
Yeah.
needs help sometimes, and I'm a firm believer in that. So I think everybody who has been able to reach out and who has reached out and helped, because it's important, you know. Um, they did the same thing when I broke my shoulder, and they did a GoFundMe for me, and it was Showtime. She set that up for me, and I appreciated her for that because I never would have did it for myself. And
Yeah.
there were so many, little bills that you don't realize you're gonna have. So many little things that you have to pay for, like a $2,500 ambulance ride that was not covered by insurance.
Oh my gosh.
Not
You
covered.
paid it? Oh God.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah. But it is what it is.
yeah.
So Vibes is saying, oh, hold on, let me go back. Did you ever recover the missing items from your home?
No, I didn't get any of my missing items from my home back. Wait,
Ugh.
I'm assuming you meant when I got robbed. And
Yes.
yeah, someone came into my house and robbed everything in my garage. And so I was missing a bunch of tools and and I didn't get any of that back. And when I was gone this time for for my crash, my house was empty for a month and a half. And yeah, I have a few things missing again
Oh,
from there, and I
that's
didn't get
messed
those.
up. Mm-mm.
And one of the things I was missing were my car keys. So I couldn't drive my car.
Oh my
And I
god.
think it was on purpose, so that, people could keep me safe. But I'm
Oh,
like, I need
okay.
my car because I need to be able to get to my appointments and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And they're like, you can't drive. And I was like, watch me. Tell me what I can't do.
She's like, don't tell me.
Yeah. It's
That's
like,
funny.
let me show you how much I can't drive.
Yep. So EUC Vibes said they charged you for the ambulance as a police officer. Damn, Springfield. Yes, they did. Yes.
Oh
Uh,
wow, they don't even
yeah.
give you a discount.
No, there was no discounts
Oh
there. No,
wow.
not at all. And
Yeah. That's a good.
Spartacus said, Cobra, how old was the surgeon? The surgeon was a young, in shape dude who was like, he 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 said I made him work. he said my he said my shoulder made him. He said gave him a workout.
Yeah.
um, let's see. And Dale says, I had my shoulder pop out on me. One of my Gotway failures that felt the same as a broken clavicle, only it took much longer to heal. Yeah, shoulders are no joke. I don't care what nobody says. I believe the
You know
doctor
what's
when
funny?
he's how bad.
Okay, everybody always breaks their clavicle because their
Mm-hmm.
clavicle is so easy to break, right?
Yep.
Of all of my broken bones, through everything I've done, I've never broken my clavicle. Even now, I have not broken my clavicle. That's like the one bone that I refuse to break because I don't ride one wheels.
yeah. What you trying to say, Don? What you trying to say?
Nothing.
So Cooler Joe said, "I'm really happy to be sitting here watching Dawn. I'm so glad to see her.
Oh,
The road to recovery is gonna be for some time, but reflecting back to when I heard the news, I was so depressed for weeks. Me too, Joe. Me too. See, the sentiment is the same, Don. We were really brokenhearted to see what happened to you, but we are glad to see you
oh,
now."
yay! And I will prove to everyone, just keep watching my journey because I'm going to go through this. I'm going to make everything better, like even better than it was before. So, whatever my trajectory was before, now that I've had this crash, it will be even better because I will have a certain, I don't know, there's a certain outlook in life and stuff that I
hmm
didn't have before. So, I needed this crash to show me what was important and what I wanted and what I wanted to go after.
Yeah. Well, good. Good for you, Don. Good for you. That's
Yeah.
good to hear. Let's go. Let me see. Hold on. Black Cobra. What he said. I also think about how you said you usually injure the part you don't have. Oh yeah, like when you hurt your knuckles with the mat. Yeah, that's exactly true, man. And he brings up the fact I said every time I don't wear a piece of gear or I forget a
Oh,
piece of gear, that's where I get hurt.
Yeah.
The one time I didn't put on my knee guards, and it was by mistake,
Oh,
100% by mistake, because I was rushing to catch the group and I didn't want to make them wait for me. They were like, "Come on, man!" I'm like, "Okay, okay, hold on, hold on, hold on." I was putting all on my gear, and I left
yeah.
my knee guards in my truck, and we took off on a group ride. And I'm
Wow.
like while I'm riding, I wasn't even thinking about the knee guards at all. Like not even.
Yeah.
And you know it's crazy. My big ass was on a 16X, and
Oh,
I'm
wow.
on a group ride, sitting on it and doing all kinds of things on it. And now I'm down to
Uh,
like 30% battery, and I'm still riding it like normal. And I go over a bridge, and how the bridge has those little gaps where the
yeah.
bridge connects, so it's like a bump.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was
Yep.
trying to pass somebody who was slow in front of me on a bicycle. We're in the bike lane on the bridge. I go to pass them, so I speed up.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm at 30%. I speed up. I'm sitting on the wheel. I'm 200 and at the time probably 230 pounds.
Okay.
Speed up. I try to go around them. I hit a bump at the same time. So the wheel's trying to do all this calculation, and it goes beep 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 beep, boom, and drop me.
Oh.
And I
Oh.
slid so far, and
Wow.
I was thinking to myself, I am glad I have these knee guards on. And then I look down and go, all that sliding
Oh.
was my flesh,
Oh God. Oh
all
my God.
all gone, all gone.
Oh.
I
Road
shredded my
rash is the
knees.
worst.
I
Yes.
right through my jeans, my favorite black
Oh.
Levi's, by the way.
Aw.
I shredded my jeans and shredded my skin, and I said, and all I could think was, the one time I don't wear my damn knee guards. I cannot believe that. And
Yeah,
then
I think,
in
yeah.
China, I
Yeah.
had those Max P1 gloves that Afiz gave me, and I was
Okay.
wearing them. I was like, oh, these are fantastic. I took one
Yeah.
glove off to fuck with my camera,
Yeah.
and don't you know, I fell in the woods and landed on my knuckles. I'm
Oh my
not kidding you.
God.
Not
Yeah,
kidding you.
gloves and knee guards are my must-have. So even if I don't wear, a lot of gear, like
Yep.
even if I don't wear a helmet, I'll wear gloves and a knee guard.
Look,
Because
I
yeah,
no, go ahead.
you need to know where you're going to land at. You
Yeah,
always need to know where you're going to land at. Are you going to land on your hands? Are you going to land on your knees? You need a safe landing zone, and that's my problem right now with this elbow not being able to bend, and then this shoulders out. I don't have a safe landing spot if I was to get into trouble. And
right.
so if I crash right now, I can't even protect myself at
Nope.
all because these were all defensive wounds. And
EUC
I used
vibes.
them all up.
Yeah, EUC vibes said that Don, aka the Golden Clavicle Champion, because you never broke your clavicle. Yeah. Dale said if your clavicle broke, maybe your shoulder would have survived.
Oh God. Would you suffer your class? Oh God. You know what I don't understand is all this time in the hospital, why didn't somebody fix my goddamn shoulder already?
I'm surprised too. I'm surprised too.
Yeah. For them to leave me like this for 3 months with a broken arm is ridiculous.
I
And
can't
how
believe
am I
it.
going to recover from that? Yeah.
I really can't believe that they would leave your shoulder unfixed. And then
Yeah.
hey guys, I'm going home soon. All right, see you later. I'm like, wait, what? What about the shoulder? Like, like, that just seems crazy. That don't make no
Right?
sense. That don't make no
Yeah.
sense. But hey, I guess you had so many injuries and there was so much to
Yes.
repair. I have heard before that let um they try to like let things heal and let your body rest sometimes before, if you've had so much trauma and so
Yes.
much surgery. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna
I,
go with that. That's
okay.
why. That's why.
Okay. That sounds good.
So,
But
but
can you imagine having so many injuries like my brain bleed? that was even more serious than my shoulder. I'm like, what the hell have they been doing? But they've been hard at work. So all of the first responders and all that, and I'm amazed that I'm alive. But I will state this: this was my rule in motorcycling, and I'm going to state it again here, and I'm going to repeat it somewhere too. It's like in that moment when you call 911 and you want help for your friend or whatever, then make sure they're breathing and take off their damn gear so they don't cut it off them. Oh my
Yeah.
God, these people cut everything off me. All of
Mhm.
my gear is cut and cut
Mhm.
in ways that I can't fix.
Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
like, oh, yeah,
But
like
but
take off that stuff if you can. If
think
you
about
can,
it.
if it's
Yeah,
safe.
you can't. You can't. That's because the same thing happened to me. That whole body armor I was wearing,
Yeah,
I was like, they're like, we're gonna have to. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I take it back. I
okay.
had mine on, and they were about to cut it off, and they're like, well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to cut that off if you can't get it. I said, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I said, I can try, and I was like,
Oh.
I
Oh.
was screaming and shit, but I was like, and I took it off because I didn't want them to cut it off.
Yes.
So it hurt
And
like a son of a bitch, but
uh-huh,
I
they
got it
cut
off.
everything off me. They cut like my bra, they cut that off, they cut my underwear, they cut everything off me. And then I have all of the pieces that they cut off me. So I know for a fact that and my helmet has blood all over it. And then
Yep.
Roger's like, "Oh yeah, you can sell it." I'm like, "Who's gonna buy my stupid like bloody helmet?"
Yeah, hey, somebody would. Somebody would. The official
What?
helmet, the official helmet worn in Don Champion's epic crash.
I know. Who wants that? But yeah,
Can I
I
get
have
can I get
for
a
now. I
500?
have.
Can I get a 600? Can I get a 700? 700 going go sold to the brother over here for $2,000.
Wow. Yeah. My
Yo,
helmet was all bloodied up and all of my gear was all cut up. So
yeah.
if
Yeah,
you're a real
that's
friend and your friend just had a little crash but they still want 911, then take off their gear first. Or ask them what you can take off. And if they're
yeah.
awake, then they're not too bad. But for me, I guess I was not awake because I would have said all this. How did
Yeah.
this go by without, like how did this even happen?
Yeah, that's wild. Like you had to be unconscious though. With a crash like
Yeah.
that, I mean, going back to what your crash was, I still am in disbelief that you're sitting here right now
Yeah.
because looking at those rocks sticking out of the ground, cemented in, I'm like,
Right?
what? What?
Uh-huh. I
That's
know who
that's
does
nuts.
that.
That's nuts. Nuts.
So another thing that I do want to do is to go back to my crash site, make a video showing my crash site and everything, and I want to ask the city to put up some signs in that place for that turn. Because obviously I
Yeah.
could die in it, so
Yeah.
somebody else could die in it. And there were spots where there used to be a sign, but there wasn't a sign anymore. So yeah, they need to put signs up.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I don't know.
when Marty was out there, we all said that. We're like, there's no sign right there. That the road
Yeah.
turns and the path
Uh-huh.
turns and no, it's not good. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. There was like I did that also. Um, but I did that in the car, and I did the
Oh.
same thing. I fell asleep because I
Oh.
was working overtime. This is when I
Uh-huh.
was younger. I was working overtime, double shift, and I was driving home and fell asleep. And the road curved, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I went straight. I hit a telephone pole and a fire hydrant,
Oh.
and I smashed my head off the windshield. And then I woke up, and
Oh.
I
Oh
said, what
wow.
happened? And some lady
Yeah.
saw the whole thing. She goes, "Oh my God, I thought you were dead. Are you okay?" she was she was more distraught and shook from seeing it the whole thing. You know?
Oh, that's another thing. So Alan was the only person with me on that ride, and he was the only person that saw my crash, and he has like PTSD from my crash, and
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with him. It's my crash, but he's the
Yeah.
one that still has my wheel, and he has PTSD from it.
Yep.
And I'm like
Yeah.
shocked. I'm like, well, how do I help him? What do I need to do? And
Well,
people
you
just say, oh,
can't.
just keep talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. There's really not a lot you can do. Other well, I mean, talking does help. So you can help
Okay.
talk him through it. And if he has
Okay.
feelings and stuff he wants to talk to you about,
Okay.
then talk to him about it. But it's not his trauma, even though it's because of what happened to you,
Yeah.
is not really linked to you per se. Like it's not
Oh,
like it's linked to the images and how it
yeah.
affected him. So it's
Oh,
not something that you can help fix, or
okay.
you can't mitigate any of the feelings or damage that he got from it. It's just
Right.
something that he has to find his way through. uh,
Okay.
and as someone who clearly has suffered through PTSD, I can tell you that if you need help, seek help. Talk to
Yes.
someone, because talking does help, but talk to a professional.
Activate.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, just suck it up and
you
stop
no,
bothering me.
yeah, you would tell him just suck it up, and that's why I said don't talk to Dawn. Don't talk to
No.
Dawn.
No,
Dawn can't talk you through it. She can't talk you through it.
uh,
But you may need help. You know, and you definitely need to work on it, because
mhm.
it's real and it will come back. One of the things questions I was asked, military asked me, they're like, "Do you ever have flashbacks?" I was like, "Hell yeah." I was like, what kind of questions? Who can see the shit that I've seen and not have flashbacks? It's not
Huh.
possible. I
Okay.
can't see all the dead bodies, and you just can't see what I've seen and not have flashbacks. So, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, and I felt like saying that was a stupid question, like, like, but he was
Yeah.
obviously being serious and trying to help, but I was like, okay. um but it's PTSD is real and it's terrible, and a lot of people suffer from it. So I just say seek help, talk to who you can, and try to remember that you're human, and
Yeah.
everyone can suffer, but everyone can also be helped. So
Yes. So one of the things he said in my crash was that I was gasping for air because of my two collapsed lungs, and he said I had the final breath of life. And since he was in the military as well, he had two people die in his arms, and he
mhm,
remembers very clearly from the
mhm,
PTSD their last breath. And he said I took the last breath, and I was like, really? And then he said, yeah. So take that
yeah,
for what it's worth. This
yep.
was a serious accident.
It was, and that's why we all are. We really do thank God that you are okay, because you
Yeah.
easily could have been gone, easily. This was definitely type of injury, a type of life-ending injury, and so I shouts out, thank God
But
once
yeah,
again.
but you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what a person like me can do with a crash like this. I will make short work of it. And I will be back better than ever. Yay!
Good for you, dog. Good for you. EUC Vibe says, I've been dealing with my own stuff. Talking to a professional for the first time in my life is actually great. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. And I appreciate you
Okay.
sharing that. That's
Good.
that's real, real, real. Much
Yeah.
respect, because uh, I don't like people who think they're too tough to seek help.
Yes.
I hear a lot. I mean, I know a lot of tough guys,
Yeah.
and I don't need to talk to nobody. Okay, and hey, if that's how you want to deal with it, you do you do you,
Yeah.
boo boo. But
Yeah.
but I'm a firm believer in getting the help that you need, and
Mhm.
talking to someone professionally can always help. No matter what your trauma, no matter what you're dealing with, there's always someone there who has an ear who can help you through your trauma. So if you need it,
Aw.
this is to anybody in this chat or anybody who watches
Yeah.
this video back. If you've suffered trauma, if you've been through something, whether it be an accident like Dawn has had, or that I've had or anything like that, or if you're in
Mhm.
the military, or or even just running the streets. There are so many crazy things that
Mhm.
happening out in the streets, but if you're dealing with trauma, seek help and be okay with it, because
Yeah.
seeking help doesn't make you weak. Seeking help makes you strong enough to know that you need help and strong enough to
Yeah.
pursue it. So,
Okay.
you know.
Good to know. Yeah. Good stuff.
So I'm gonna leave that there. I see more stuff in the chat. I want to make sure
Okay.
of something for Don. You don't have to be back better than ever if you don't want to. You don't have to live up to the idea of Don Champion people have been telling you about. Okay. So
Huh.
I believe he's giving you permission to be whoever and whatever you want, Don. You don't have to live up to anything, is what he's trying to
I
say.
can't help it because I tried to drive my car and for the first time since my crash, and when I got my keys back, I drove it. I immediately stepped on the gas so fast, and I'm like, and I jerked my whole, like my head like jerked forward. I was like, why? Why do I have to, step on the gas so hard? I don't know why it is, but whatever it is, I was made to be a certain way, and it's not normal and it's not easy, but it's it's me. So yeah, this is me. So yeah,
She said it's
I
not
don't know what to tell
normal.
you.
That's funny.
uh,
It's normal to
yeah.
you.
Hmm.
So, oh my God, Dale, Electric Unicycle. He said, "I'm so tough. I cried watching Nona's on Netflix." Um,
Oh.
hey, Dale, I saw that movie. I cried too, bro.
I swear to God, okay, so I'm also a mom on top of this. And you know what I learned from being a mom is I think that when people are born, the boys are more sensitive than the girls. So the boys are always so sweet and so sensitive, and the girls are not. And then later on, sometime during puberty, somebody goes up to the boys and says, you have to be a man, you have to get rid of these goddamn feelings, you got
Yep.
to be a man, right? And that's
Uh-huh.
when you become a man, and it's not for the better. It's
Nope.
just, I don't know, it's just society, I guess.
Well, yeah. And a lot of negative influences that
Hmm.
and stereotypes. The
Okay.
stereotypical male behavior that everyone, not everyone, but most people put those stereotypes on young men. And then
Okay.
as we're growing older and our testosterone kicks in and we're going through our teenage years, and then we see others, and then we're told you got to be tough and blah blah blah. Then it all kicks in, it all binds together, and you become this tough person who had, I don't feel, I don't no. And well, maybe it's because I was raised by my mama
Uh-huh.
and not my no good daddy. Maybe
Okay.
that's why I'm a sensitive dude, and I'm the
Okay.
first to say I'm very feeling, very
Uh,
sensitive. But
yeah.
I also learned to be tough as I needed to be,
Good.
so that
Good.
if I needed to knock somebody the hell out, then I could do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm soft enough to be that father I need to be for my two daughters, and I'm strong
Hmm.
enough to be the father I need to be for my oldest son. So,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of the soft side of me.
Good.
Um, but others should be afraid of the hard side. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just, I just know how to be both. And a lot
Yeah.
of men didn't get those
Yeah.
lessons. They weren't
Yes.
able to be soft. They weren't able
Yeah.
to be sweet. They were all you roll around in the dirt, be tough. And I'm like, that's good. That's good advice to a certain extent, but they also have to know
Yeah.
how to feel. Because if they don't know
Yeah.
how to deal with their feelings, they bottle them all up inside, and then they do really stupid things. Really stupid things.
Yeah. I think no matter what, whoever you are, boy or girl, it's like, I think the girls appreciate the boys that feel, because
Mhm.
feeling is natural. That's what you're naturally doing. So it's good all the way around. So girls like boys that feel, and boys like to
Mhm.
feel. So yeah. Feel, everyone. Feel the feelings.
Feel
Yeah.
all the feelings.
Yeah.
Oh
uh,
man. Yeah. Oh, God says toxic masculinity is a real problem. Men don't
yeah.
cry, all that stuff. You're not allowed
Mhm.
to be sassy. Yeah, whatever. You're right. It's so crazy that that's our society, but I think it's stupid,
Yeah.
and I never adhere to it.
And who says that men shouldn't cry and women should do all the crying? We
Right.
don't do all the crying.
No, I know quite a few women who are tougher than a lot of dudes. So
Uh huh. Yeah.
and if they can push out babies, they're tougher than us
On
guys.
top of it.
I
Yes.
could tell you that right now.
Oh my gosh, the ring of fire, you guys. So the worst pain that I have ever had in my life, including this last crash, was giving birth. And I
Mhm.
did not have any drugs or nothing. I did it all natural. And I gave birth all natural and everything. And it hurt a lot. But it was definitely worth it all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, it. The childbirth is crazy. The fact that you guys
Yeah.
that your body morphs into
Mm-hmm.
something completely different, and
Mm-hmm.
and it contains a whole nother human, and
Yeah.
then allows you to push that human out, and
Yeah.
then your body goes back and transforms back. It's like
Uh-huh.
crazy, crazy.
It transfers back and then it's ready for another one. And I'm
Yep,
like, what?
yep.
I'm never doing that again.
And then right, then you say I'm never doing that again, and then women do it
Uh-huh.
again and
Yeah.
again and again, and it's like wild.
Uh-huh.
But that's why
Hmm.
I always say, no matter what, guys can claim it all they want, but I think women are definitely tougher than we are. So just
I
for
think
that sake
women
alone,
are, yeah, I think women are tougher than men, but women still need men. So
yes,
there's always a balance in the world. And I think
yep.
we need our men and the men need us. And so, yay, everyone.
So EUC's vibe said, I don't know if Dawn remembers this, but she always used to say I look like Brad Pitt before.
Huh. I don't remember that.
Oh, she don't remember. I think he's just trying to say that he wants you to say that. I don't know.
Oh, oh my
No,
gosh.
no, no. He's oh.
Oh my gosh.
He said after he saw his wife give natural birth, he couldn't ask her for another kid. He's like, I
Oh.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Cooler Joe says I might propose around the 4th of July. Oh, you gonna propose to your wife? Or your girlfriend? Okay, okay, Joe. Let me know. Let me know. That would be dope. So, um,
We're getting low on light over here. I guess
okay,
I'm okay because yeah, it was just
yeah,
in background. Right? Okay.
yeah. No, we can still see you, nice and clear.
Okay.
So,
You can still see my cat.
yeah, yeah. Crookshanks is still in effect too. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so Don, so
Yeah.
you told me what the worst thing about your crash you said was the trauma coming back. Um,
Yeah.
what do you think from your crash surprised you the most out of all this that happened to you?
How much help I got from everybody and how
Okay.
much my crash affected other people because I thought I was just completely alone and I was just being me and stuff like that. But for my crash to affect other people that don't even know me
Yeah.
and for them to, give me money and give me love and support and all that stuff, they don't even know me. They've never met me. And I'm like, wow, that was the biggest surprise ever. Like
Yeah.
I am still surprised over there's a lady that's doing some of my trims. She's doing like two of my trims and every time she does it, she tells them to pay me. She's not even taking the money.
Oh
I'm like, if you're doing
wow.
work, then you should do the work. But she's having them send the money to me.
Wow.
I
That's
know. Isn't that
amazing.
isn't that amazing? She's so awesome. And if she's
Oh,
here, yeah, she's awesome. But it's people like that that are so giving and so wonderful, and it really inspires me to be more like that. Like more giving, more wonderful, or something. I don't even know what I could
Hmm.
do to make up for that because I'm not that type of person. But now all of a sudden, yeah, I'm looking into things like that.
Well, I honestly, I'm gonna say thank you to the entire community. Shouts out to everybody. You guys did a fantastic job. This is for the community. This is for the community. I really want to
Yay!
say thank you to everybody because not only did you guys give, you made Dawn feel loved and you made her feel
Oh,
appreciated by giving all that you did. And to me, the giving was great, but the making her feel and understand that she's not alone,
oh
that's
yeah.
powerful. Very
Yes.
powerful. And it means a
That
lot.
is, it's life changing. It's
Yeah.
really life changing.
Yeah, and I saw it and I felt it, Don, for you.
Okay.
Like I
Good.
could, yeah. When I saw the numbers that were in that GoFundMe, and the amount
Yeah.
of people and all the different ideas, or we're gonna do this. This is to raise money for Don. We're gonna do this. This is to raise money for Don. And it just it was great to see the outpouring, um,
Yeah.
that everyone had, in your
But why
honor.
did they? Why do they even care about me? I'm just me. Like,
Well,
so for me,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't understand it, but it was really It was really humbling, and it did take me down a notch too.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
always a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's good, and that's like we said, everything happens for a reason, and
Yes.
God has His reasons that we cannot fathom.
Hmm.
But there has been a lot of outcomes. One of them is like you said, maybe you take yourself down a notch,
Hmm.
appreciate yourself, and I mean, you appreciate others and what others have given to you, and appreciate
Hmm.
your audience. Appreciate the
Yes.
fact that you have a huge audience and everybody is here for
Mhm.
you, and
Yes.
they're doing their best to show you how much they appreciate you.
Yeah.
So
And
that's a great
nobody's
thing.
too small. It's like it's like we have the people that are loud and upfront and on the forefront of everything. And like for me, I think that I'm one of the few people that can test wheels. So
Yep.
I take that seriously and I test wheels, which means pushing it to its limits and stuff like that. But you don't have to be that. It's like all the way down to the quiet people that never say a thing but always respond. Yeah, those are good. So seeing the difference between one to the other is big.
Yeah. Yeah. It was huge. Um,
Hmm.
okay, so now Dawn, it seems like you lost light fast because
Oh
now
God.
everything's dark. So I
Okay.
don't I don't know if you can put on the garage lights or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a minute to do that.
Come on.
Shouts
I
out
have
to
a
Green.
cat on my lap.
Yeah, shouts out to Green Master Mike. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the show. Um, yeah, she's putting on some lights in the background there. So yeah, there you go. Oh wow, there you go. All right.
Yay! Light in the garage.
Bing.
I do have light.
Then let there be light.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So some people answered some of what while you were saying that. Um, God said you answered your own question. Why did they do it for me? I'm just me. Exactly that. Because you're just you. Um, and Stan says, good spirit. Um, Ricardo says, you gave us a lot of honest and valuable content. Your family, Don. Aw.
Oh, I love you guys.
Dante Marco says, Dawn is our battery. She always recharges us, so when she needs recharging, we show up. That's right, man.
Oh, I love that.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet. Okay,
Look,
so
I have a cat loving on me now.
yeah, as long as he don't bite you, we're good.
I know. If he bites my camera, I'm gonna say, "See, that was a bite."
So EUC Vibe says, what does Don think about these new NOSFET EUCs? Well,
Oh,
Don
okay.
ain't
So
riding.
I haven't seen a NOSFET myself yet, but I heard that they are good wheels. They're just a little bit funky, but yeah, I heard they're good. Are they good?
Yeah, well, I know the small one is really good.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
arrow surprised me. I was talking before back before it came out. I was like, that's gonna be too much money because it was like $1,900 or 2,000 or
Oh,
something, and it's a small
okay.
wheel. So I was like, I don't know if I'm sold on that. And everybody was hyped. I was like, don't get hyped until it comes out. Wait until it comes out before you get hyped. But now that it's out and everybody's giving all their feedback and riding it, I'm like, okay, damn, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these NOSFETs are all over the place, and I think that they're good wheels, and it's something that we can trust them because even though it's a NOSFET name and we're not familiar with it, like Bigode, that's been around forever. This is with oh God, I can't remember his name. Ah, we know him. Oh my gosh, and I can't remember. But it's with people that have been in the industry and they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
I would trust the NOSFET.
Well, that's what got me. Oh, Jack, you talking about? That's
Yes,
doing the NOSFET.
Jack.
Yeah, yeah,
Jack.
yeah. And
Jack
that's the
was.
thing is, Jack used to be with King Song,
Yeah.
and Jack has been in the industry for a very very long time, and it is incredible to see what he's been able to put out. The Apex, their first wheel, I thought needed some work.
Okay.
It needed some fine tuning. It wasn't exactly what it could have been. And I
Okay.
think they learned from that. And what they did with the Arrow was a much more finished product. And
Uh
I think
huh.
it's definitely a better product and well
Okay.
received. Um, like avidly tested. Everyone is like putting it through the paces, and
Right.
it seems to be shining. Even the comparisons that I've been getting between the NOSFET Arrow and the Rocket, the
Uh huh.
Rocket the Rocket has better specs, but the Arrow is still getting better reviews, which is crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, because the
Wow.
NOSFET, the Rocket is more powerful,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger, supposed to be faster, definitely because it's 168 volts in a small wheel,
Uh
but
huh.
it still doesn't have the amount of praise that the NOSFET Arrow has.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
even in comparison. So I mean, maybe that'll change now that they're both out there in the wild and people are testing them constantly. You see, Marty just opened the Rocket and brought it to the intro to speed, and everybody
Oh
crashed it. Well,
yeah. Okay.
not everybody, just two crashes, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So I think that's the deal on the NOSFET wheels right now. But
Yeah.
more on you, Don. Where do you go from here? Like
Where'd I go?
you talked about your shoulder and your
Uh huh.
elbow and then your
Uh
eye.
huh.
Those are the orders in which you want to see things fixed. What
Yes.
else are you hoping to happen in the near future for Don Champion? What do you want
Well,
to happen?
I don't know exactly what's going on with my brain yet because I don't know if my eye and my balance thing has to do with my brain or with the vision or maybe both. And
Hmm.
I don't know. So it's just making appointments, focusing on myself and getting myself better, and focusing on my place and getting it better. And then after that, I don't know. But I do want to, yeah, I do want to explore life and all that. So I guess I'll okay, so the next step is I don't know, just me and fixing everything about me.
Hmm.
Which I think
Okay.
I'm doing for on on both the physical level but also on the emotional level. So
Yeah.
I don't think people are understanding how much of a change this is for me emotionally. And it is. It's a huge
Hmm.
emotional change for me.
Well, you're handling it better than most people could even imagine handling it. Like you,
Yeah?
you really, Don. Like you are. When I see your videos and I see the same sparkling person that you were before, like you're still sparkling. And you have
Yeah?
all of this trauma, all of this injury, all of this craziness that has happened in your life, and you're still shining and sparkling. And that's what to me means so much to see your strength. We see your
Mm.
inner strength through how light and powerful you are being in the face of so much trauma. because
Yeah.
every time you describe what you're going through, I just
Yeah.
I'm amazed. I'm
Yeah.
amazed because you don't seem like it.
Yeah. I know. It's like on paper I'm one thing, and then in real life I'm a different thing. It's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it.
No, that makes sense. That makes
But
sense.
don't focus on the negatives. Always focus on where you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to happen, what you want to become, and who you are. Always remember who you are and what you want to become. Focus on the positive. Don't focus on the negative. Who wants to do that?
I agree. I agree. The negative is not something we want to focus on, and I try not to
Yeah.
too. And I guess that's why I wanted to have you on. That's why it means so much to me to have you here because not a lot of people understand that kind of outlook. Like
Huh.
I have that outlook and no matter what I do in my life, like I'm
Yeah.
all over the place, but every time I do something, uh, I bring that same positive outlook.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
some people are like, I don't understand. Why you always laughing? How you always happy? Like, well, because I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm living life. I know
Mm-hmm.
many people who are not any
Yeah.
longer.
Yep.
Many people who are gone or are locked up or so badly injured they can't function. And
Yeah.
that's not me. So I take every day, I
Yes.
wake up happy. I think about
Exactly.
what life is. It's a joy. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel that joy. And you
Yeah.
demonstrate that joy to all of us, Don. And like
Yeah.
when I see you like so full of energy and I just look like your eyes, you're having trouble working your eyes, and you're having, and then you show your elbow, and I'm like, oh, and
Oh.
but you are still bright and shiny, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and it's not fake. That's what I love about you is this is
Yeah.
genuinely you. You're just
Yeah.
being you. You're not putting
Yeah.
on a show. This is just you. So
Yeah.
so
For
yeah.
better or for worse.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, honestly, it
Okay.
gives us all hope. So thank you.
Okay.
I thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I certainly appreciate you.
Thank
So
you.
y- yeah, is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to?
No.
Yeah. Well, Devo says, yeah, Dawn is a champ. How she is handling this. Her spirit is strong. I know a lot of people who would fold after what she went through. It's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they, how would they fold? Like,
People look,
you
people
can't give up.
but people get depressed and stop functioning. People are
Oh.
not a lot of people are not strong enough to
Oh.
push through this type of trauma and be so happy and fun and energetic and enthusiastic. All they're thinking
Yeah.
is, oh my God, this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Oh, next I got to deal with this. And I'm hoping this,
Huh.
like, there are people that this would have made them absolutely miserable,
Yeah.
but that's not you.
Yep.
You are not
I
letting
will
this
show you
drag you
that's how it's
down.
done. No, I'll show you how to get through this. This is no big deal.
That's right. I show you
Uh,
how to do this, son.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
uh,
That so you keep doing you. You keep doing what
okay.
you're doing.
Okay.
Um and we'll keep watching cuz
Yeah.
we love your updates. You know, love you for sharing your journey with us. Uh
Yes.
that's what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to highlight your journey and what you're going through and not just that but the
Thank you.
fact that you're doing it so well and that you're not letting it get you down
Yeah.
because I was one of those who was I was watching your whole journey and I saw how you
Oh.
came through your whole like I said the divorce situation and
Yeah.
it got bad for you for a minute but even then You never let it get you down. You showed
Yeah.
us what you were going through, what you were dealing with, and you're like, "Yep, now I'm doing this. Yep, now this trailer is I'm living here and I'm decorating it
Yeah.
and this and that." And I was like, "Okay, okay, you
It's so
go, girl."
pretty.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, "You go." And then,
Hmm.
okay, now I got a house, and now I'm setting up my house, and then I'm like, "Wait, how's the garage already set up?" Like you were like so quick get, I was like, "Yeah, the tools in the garage are the important part."
Yes. That was the first room, yeah, that I worked on was a garage.
Yeah. So that is definitely what we are interested in seeing. It means a lot, and if you need anything, I mean, that's another thing I want you to realize. Remember how you felt, how, like you couldn't believe so many people were helping you and
Yeah.
giving and stuff. Just know that there's so many people that are willing to do more to help you. So
Yeah.
I know you
Okay.
may not, you may feel like you said, why are they doing this for me? I'm just me. But
Yeah.
you're not just you. You're not alone. You have a lot of people that have felt your wonderful spirit
Yeah.
and would love to help if they could. So if there's
Okay.
things that you need, remember you can reach out, you can reach out to me anytime. So
Okay.
and there's I'm just one of many that I'm sure you could reach out to and would drop anything to help you and try and help you figure out what you were going through. So just know that you're not alone. You have others
Yay.
that care about you and would help. So I just want to
I
say
think
that.
that's the biggest thing because when you think of yourself as being alone in this big world and
Yeah.
this big universe, then you're
Mhm.
like a speck, you're nothing.
Mhm.
But you with other people, you are something.
Yeah.
So it gives you a purpose and it gives you meaning and it helps you. And yeah, it's a lot. I guess I would describe myself as antisocial before, and I
Mm.
think I'm becoming more social now. Yeah.
Well, if that's the change, then I'll welcome that. I'm happy for that.
Okay.
Then, if
Good.
you're more social, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely good to have others around and to be able to be social with others. So that's also
Yeah.
healing. That's also healing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
continue to do that. So
Yay.
yeah. So before we go,
Okay.
because I think that we've done a good job in sharing more details of your story. I
Okay.
thank you. I thank you very much for allowing us to get a inside look at Dawn, and
Yeah.
especially the narcolepsy thing. That's
Oh.
the shock of the century to me, because I like I am still like, whoa, like that really blows
Yeah.
me away. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, did you get another call? Did you get another call?
Yes, I did. What did I miss?
Hell
She's
no,
been laughing at me.
it just blanks you out for a second. I'm like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
she must have got another call. Um,
Okay.
so before we go though, I do want to mention to everybody: remember the Wheel Life Rally. My
Hmm.
event is going to be August 15th and 16th. It's coming up fast. Please
Okay.
go to wheelliferally.com and grab a ticket.
Okay.
Please do your best to support. Um, if you don't know, and it's crazy to believe, this is my 6th year doing this event.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't even realize it was the 6th year. Um,
Yeah.
2020 was the first year, so 2020 and now 2025 is the 6th year of us doing this.
Okay.
And I can tell you that every year it's tough because it ends up costing me money. And
Oh.
I really don't want it to happen because now I am retired. So
Yeah.
I don't have the extra money coming in that I did. So I
Right.
really want it to be more beneficial to everybody this year, but I also don't want it to cost, because I also
Yeah.
have my third kid going into college at the
Oh.
same time. All three of my kids in college at the same time. Um,
Wow.
so I got a lot going
Yay.
on over here. So I would appreciate people help and support the Wheel Life Rally. Go to wheelliferally.com, grab your ticket, and I hope to see everybody that can make it. We're gonna get hopefully get another big group from Canada this year.
Uh,
Hopefully coming to defend their title over there, Ian. And there are many people that have already said they're coming. So again,
okay.
I'm gonna share all the videos and stuff with you.
Mhm.
Dawn, I wish you weren't so far away because I wish you could come because
Oh,
it would be fantastic to
yeah.
have you here. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but California is a long way from Massachusetts.
Yes, it is.
It's a long way.
I
Uh, I
know.
I think the closest we had was Vegas. Our first
Oh,
year we had Law. Law came here from
uh,
Vegas.
okay.
So yeah, that was the first year in 2020. But I just wanted to share that and put that out there real quick. Um,
Yay.
yeah, and Don, are you going to the intro to speed and all that stuff to be around everybody? Do you go to those events
Um,
like that?
yeah, to see people, and
Yeah.
I know that, all the people that have supported and helped me, I want to give something back to them. So I do go to the intro to speeds, and whatever I can go to, I guess. But yeah, I'm limited right now, but I'm not limited to that. So
Okay.
my very
Good.
first ride was at an intro to speed, and I rode the intro to speed. So there you go.
Uh
I
huh.
raced on the track at 2 miles an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like I said, I wish you could come over here, but I
Yeah.
I think I'll probably make it to California before you make
Okay.
it this way. So I may see
Okay.
you at some point throughout the year. I do
Yay.
have a. I think I'm going to Jersey this weekend for TEF One. I should be there for
Oh.
that. And then I'm not. I know I'm going to Malaysia for the Begode race event again this year.
Okay.
But outside of that, I'm not sure where else I'm going. So California
Oh,
might be on my list sometime. I do want to come down there and
yay.
ride with Marty and Roger and hang out with Don. You know,
Yeah, but just wait until I get better. My shoulder needs to get better first, and I need
yeah.
to learn how to ride better. Yeah, before you come down, so we can go riding, and then we'll go
Yeah,
get boba. Oh, I
boba.
want boba.
That's so
Yes,
funny. You remember you like boba.
yes. Everyone knows I like boba. It's like if you don't know anything about me, just know I like boba.
All right,
uh,
Don. Well, thank you very much for being a very
thank
gracious
you.
guest. I'm glad you came on. Oh, she's getting another call. Okay, I think they're trying to give us a hint because they keep calling
Oh,
you.
okay.
So,
All right.
um, all right, Don. We'll talk to you next time. Somebody in the
Okay.
chat said you should have Don on again, so maybe we will get you back soon
Yay.
and chat one more time.
Okay.
But I'll see you in the next one. Everybody out there, have a great night. And until the next time, everybody, deuces, and we're out.
Thank you. Bye bye. I love you, everyone. Wait.